Hello, everyone. This will be the fifth, I think, session of
Yeah, fifth.
Apocalypse World.
Yep.
I am your Master of Ceremonies. I will be going by Josie from now on. Who knows if that'll last a long time, but I like it, so fuck it. They, them, and all that. Joining me today, as always, is Seth.
Yep. Hippo,
Wind.
Halo.
Hello.
And Apom,
Hello.
who each respectively play some characters in this. Bit parts, really. Hoping that this will be a good session. Hoping that we get a bunch of shit done, because it has been like a month since we could do this, because working in a warehouse is literally hell.
Awful.
Yep, everyone else gets some free time, not me though. I get to work 70-hour weeks.
Nice.
Fun shit. So where we last left off, folks were feeling a bit down. You're just kind of doing some shit, having a time, getting drunk or other bullshit,
Dying.
dying, being dead.
I'm drinking.
Yes, you were drinking. That will stop because time moves,
Yeah.
as it always does.
No, it don't.
I'm just
Sophie
sucking
has
on the empty
been-
bottle. I'm just sucking on it.
So, who of you had gained an improvement?
That's
I
right.
think at
I
least
believe it was Seth.
Seth got an improvement, and
Okay,
else?
I got an improvement.
yeah, you chose plus.
The,
no, you chose
the
a new
divine protection.
right. Get some just automatic armor.
Yeah, just one
Just remember
armor.
that does not stack with anything.
Yeah,
the
it's
highest
removed.
Is your, yeah.
Removed as soon as I get anything else on, which I doubt I'm going to do.
Well, it's more like highest stacks or highest. You know,
Yeah.
the highest works. If you manage to somehow find like really good armor and it's like 2 armor, then there you go.
Stack,
Um,
sadly.
So I think I said like about 4 days to millions, but that's stupid.
Yeah, that,
Because it turns out that it takes a long time to travel places. So it would actually take about 3 weeks. Regarding that, I want to ask, at least initially, what sort of things you might have gotten the works in that time, just in general. A little bit pointed towards Lug, because Lug can actually like mechanically do things, but everyone else can also decide like what they're doing, which will also probably have effects.
Okay, so, if you remember from last time, I bought that motor from Silver & Co. by giving him the Kylm, and yeah, and with that, Lug has been attempting to make a small yet powerful engine. And with that engine, he is making a propeller on it in a casing. It's an adjustable casing where you can, with a lever, you can switch where the propeller is aimed. What I'm getting at is essentially he's making a backpack for, it's like a scuba propeller.
Oh,
put it on your
back.
you're trying to. Okay, damn, that's
it's real good.
damn.
That would have been helpful.
That's
It
pretty
would have
legit.
been. It would have
So
been.
you're basically just trying to make like a fucking jetpack, but underwater,
Yeah.
and also just only pointing in the direction where your chest is pointing, probably.
No.
Well, you did say you wanted to have it modal, but
yeah.
like in its neutral state, it'll be pointed in the direction of like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Unless you think that you
Neutral
can like extend the propeller and like make you able to go up. You know.
Well, my thinking with that was kind of like, what if it comes out in a sort of overhang, and its neutral position is kind of like arced down?
Okay,
Does that
so
make
more
sense?
like a thing where it extends out and you can like do a Superman kind of flying underwater. In that kind of pose where you're going head first.
Yeah, like
Okay. Yeah, that's an idea. It's not hard to find a propeller. There's plenty. Or you can bang one out pretty quickly. Let me get your sheet up so that I can get those stipulations. There we go. But that is pretty technologically, like, messy. I assume you want it to be able to be controlled, like, via some sort of, like, connection to your hand or something, and not, like, you have to put something on your back.
Yeah, it would at that point it would probably just be like a stick poking out from the back.
It, like, yeah, like some sort of, like, just a couple buttons, like, on a lever or on a metal bit.
Pretty much.
Okay. You have your weird ass electronica, so that's not too hard with doing, like, controls and stuff. I think it's gonna take at least a solid week.
Right.
But you're gonna need let's see. You're gonna need Bung's help with it. A lot of the things you're trying to do require some shaping, and, like, you're kind of feeble. You need someone with the big arms to hit stuff and to hit metal good.
I'm very shocked that Lug could not do this himself. I'm scared
and
of Lug.
it means you're going to expose yourself to possible danger, because you're going to have to test this thing out, and that means you're just going to be jumping into the water with what may be vaguely electrical and also maybe explosive.
Like, if only Jerry was here, you could find him to try it.
You want to run off with it?
Just tie his ankle. tie a brick to his ankle. He can't run away.
I think that I can do an and/or in that you can either get Bung's help, or you're going to have to take apart one of your new boats and do it.
I would prefer Bung's help.
That's fair.
Personally.
You're allowed to get his help.
Yeah, but those are the stipulations if you want to write this down. It'll take at least a week. You'll need Bung's help, and you'll need to expose yourself to danger.
Seems pretty normal. Just we're doing that on the daily at this point, so
Pretty much. Giuseppe, what sort of, like, stuff would you have been doing for, like, a whole week after bullshit?
Let's see, considering that he's, like, extremely shaken up from all the stuff that's happened recently, probably want to, like, stay, like, far away from, like, going on any sea expeditions, like any diving trips.
That's fair.
So mostly he'd probably be, like, staying around his bar, tending it, and maybe playing music for people.
Okay.
Just keep them entertained.
Trying to get back into the rhythm of it.
Yeah, and probably just making sure things are prepared for when we hit land.
Okay, and Rusty?
Rusty would be healing up and occasionally asking Nickel and Zinc to see the egg. And, for metal bits.
Hey, go get me some metal. Gotta eat it.
Alright. So I guess I'll start a scene this first week. We come back to the SX Exodia, to people largely kind of whacked out, looking pretty brain fogged, pretty just trying to process. Repairs happen, but they're slow. People are patched up, but it's kind of sloppy and messy and tiring. What staff that you have that are at least relatively experienced in some of the things that they're trying to do or fix or help are all very exhausted. Rusty, we come to you where Nickel and Zinc are presenting you your egg once again. Baby Blue, I don't know what the fuck you want from us, but the egg's fine. It's not going anywhere. We've got it.
No, I gotta make sure it's good, though, Gotta make sure it's good.
If you want it to be good so much, then why don't you just have it with you while you're in the bed?
I'm worried about rolling over onto it.
That's a fair... Okay, yeah.
Or it rolling off, That would not
Anyway,
be
we
good.
brought you some food. It's
Nice.
fish sticks again.
Nice.
for the 50th time in a row.
Hell yeah. Love me some fish sticks.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts. I don't think we have very much fish left. The trolling net hasn't caught anything since we last caught that Jerry fuck.
Probably spooked.
And we've been moving for a week. You'd think that we'd see something.
I don't know. Maybe it still smells of Jerry or something.
I don't recall a smell, but I suppose that's even more disturbing.
Thank you.
We head over to Lug as he's banging out some of these some of this bullshit, some of this metal. You're having a lot of trouble really shaping anything into a propeller. How is Lug dealing with this?
Bad. He's getting visibly upset. If you could see his face.
You're probably working in the workshop as well, so Rusty's just kind of right there.
Rusty just hears the occasional sob.
It's okay, buddy. You'll get it next time.
Still working.
Just gotta
I
keep
think
at it.
I think at this point, after how many tries, this is where I would, or Lug would, look for Bung, the strong mother.
All right. You exit the workshop, and you see people just kind of milling about while they're ostensibly doing things, not really accomplishing much. You search for Bung high and low, but you finally find him, as usual, in the bar.
Why didn't I look here first?
What's that?
Why didn't I look here first?
You're a little fried
Well-
out after all that. It's okay.
Is Giuseppe in the bar as well, or?
Probably. I'm not sure what he'd be doing right now. Whether he be pack. Well, I guess I could decide that. He's probably like polishing glasses at the moment.
That's fair. And not particularly useful, but that's a move.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know. I mean, like, in general, that's like, you're polishing glasses. That's just the barman thing to do, even though it doesn't really do anything.
Oh, he's sanitizing them so then everybody can get a drink after work.
With what? His spit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the salt
We got-
water.
we-
Protein. It's free protein.
Stop talking.
Well, it's over. Session's over.
But yeah, Lug hops into your establishment.
Hey, Lug, how's it going? You doing good with that engine thingy?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
Bung gives you side eye.
Giuseppe, can I borrow Bung? And Bung, can you help?
I look over at Bung and see what is Bung's reaction right now.
Largely nonplussed.
Okay. Bung, you haven't done. No, thinking how to say this.
You haven't done anything like me. Giuseppe, who has been just cleaning the glasses.
No. No. And what? I'm not
Bung,
that
pull
mean.
your fucking weight, Bung.
I'm not that mean. Okay, we moved. Hey, Bung, you finished your practice day, right? Why don't you see if you can help old Luggy here fix his machines?
Shrugs. Walks around the counter.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I don't know how I improvised Luggy.
Does a little over-exaggerated flourish, like the way.
And of course, I lead him back to my workshop. And I ask, I need a propeller in this. You're strong.
He looks around your workshop and like, ugh.
Yes, Sam.
But he points to one of your jars of alcohol and does the universal symbol of gimme.
And I give him.
He nods. And then he grabs whatever hammer you have and he starts smashing the fuck out of some metal.
Smashes the bottle.
No, the bottle's fine. Oh, yeah, he bangs the metal real hard and he gets it flattened.
Awesome.
Yor sands some alcohol, which he takes for whatever nefarious purpose. But yeah, you've got that propeller down quite nice.
Perfect.
I don't think we need to particularly RP out the danger part, except that I think I'm gonna have you roll something.
Were we supposed to highlight stats?
We
Yeah.
were. I forgot all about that.
Do
So
what?
real quick,
That's fine.
Oh yeah, pick a highlight of stats. Yeah.
yeah. So
let me get
who
that
has highest HX with Giuseppe?
I have 2.
0.
Okay. What do you want to highlight then, Rusty?
You get to highlight hard. Hey, Palm.
open. Okay.
Possibly good.
Let's see. That's. Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna also have you highlight sharp.
Unsharp, I can handle that. Oh, whoops, crap. That work. Yeah.
Hard
has. Unsharp.
Yep, hard and sharp. Who has highest HX with Rusty?
I have
One.
+2.
I think Giuseppe has highest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. What's your stats, spread wind? You are.
Rusty.
Rusty is.
Rusty's.
Oh, Rusty. Whoops. Rusty. You have a lot of weird. You have a lot of. Let's be fun. Let's highlight hot.
Hot. Got it. Highlighted.
Your neutral stat.
Highlight hard.
Hard. Got it.
And finally with lug.
Got 2.
What about all these hard highlights?
If you hard, you hard. So who has the highest thing with me?
Oh, I have 3.
Okay, you
get
choose.
Let's go. Let's go sharp.
And hard.
You hard, you
I have
hard.
a feel. I'm nervous about all these hard rolls, considering hard is the combat roll.
Oh, are you?
Just be hard.
Yes, I am. I'm terrified, honestly.
I'm going to go aggro on myself.
Now that we've got those, how about you roll me just a straight sharp roll? And that'll be like how well you deal with the being a shithead and trying to, obviously test this thing on your own.
Let's see.
But yeah, let's see if we can remember how to use the bot.
It's like
Slash R, I
2
think.
semicolons. No, that's
Oh.
Fred. It's
Oh.
slash R blank D blank.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh no.
Wynn's got it.
+1, so it's 6.
Got
That's still
6.
not good enough.
That's
Hang
bad.
on.
What?
Hang on.
What are you doing?
Hold on, can I use my...
This is not under fire.
It's
Hey.
under fire.
Yeah, you're upset. You're under
now,
fire.
People
Hey.
could have been like wanting to help. So
Yeah, I
go
want to
ahead,
help.
write
I
a
want to
book.
help. I want to sit there and give him a thumbs up in that, yes, you
You're
can do this.
bedridden.
Yeah, so I can still sit there and like cheer you on. Rusty can
You
give
can
you a
give some
thumbs
like
up.
really vague advice.
You could tell like Nickel and Zinc to go help him.
That's also a thing.
I can wave my arm over and pretend to brush your back.
God. Well, go ahead and roll if you'd like.
You stroke his thigh. You gotta do good, buddy.
And that's for
So
which
this,
one again? Sharp or
No, it's plus HX if you're trying to help.
plus HX? That's +2 then.
Well, good
There you
enough. That's
go.
enough for a +1
That's
if you want
good
to help.
enough.
Or you could hinder him.
No, I'm gonna help. Rusty's not
Okay,
gonna hinder
just
right
enough
now.
then.
He's in a helpful mood. Oh, sorry.
Your tests go about as well as you can hope. You're not really able to isolate like exactly what particular problem there seems to be. So the 1 week will turn into a week and a half. So
Fair.
you're gonna have to spend another 3 or 4 days trying to hash out the weird, stupid problems this has. Like there's water keeps getting into the electronics. Rust keeps forming along the propeller head. It's annoying as hell, but you're positive you're gonna get it.
Yeah, I just gotta work on it.
Giuseppe,
Fuck water.
you're still in your. They recently left. Bung recently left.
Yeah.
Your folks aren't around right now because you said like you had finished your practice session.
Yeah.
Fuzz has taken to doing a lot of lookout jobs, lots of sitting and watching the water for anything.
Okay.
Starting to get a little bit concerning
Mm.
because she's just out there, just watching, like she is right now.
Okay. So I guess I should go talk to her then.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking. Okay, so where is she about right now? Just like right outside the bar?
She's on the other end of the boat, actually.
Okay. So I guess I just like decide to go and check up on her.
All right. She's just straight up like sitting cross-legged at the edge of the boat, just like kind of sleepily staring.
Hey Fuzz gal, how's it going? Just looking down to the water again, the blue?
I see it,
See what?
that thing.
Oh.
I keep seeing it in the water.
Oh.
I know it's still on.
Hmm.
Nobody believes me, but I know it's around. It can't have just died out
I trust you on that, but we can't do anything about it at the moment. Best we can do is just keep going. Be to
I
land
am-
soon, and then we can stay there for as long as we can. Just, I want to get off this water as much as you do. Never liked it.
I like the water. I just don't like what's in it.
I
I like to
gotcha.
be alone.
Alright then. Back to session tomorrow, remember. See ya.
The first week goes by, sleepily, boredly, vaguely afraid. And the second week comes as a bit of a reprieve. People have decided that they're just gonna ignore it. That whatever problem exists, they can't deal with it right now, so they're just gonna have a good time. And tonight is a night where everyone's managed to cram themselves into the bar. Folks are spending some of the wages that they've earned on drinks and food, and the band is playing at just about full tilt. What would each of you be doing on a night when folks just feel like relaxing?
Naturally, I'd be playing out there, playing my... What do I play again?
Trumpet?
What do
Double
you play?
checking.
What was the trumpet?
I think I'm playing... Yeah, trumpet, I probably. I just wanted
Nice
to make
stuff.
sure. Trumpet or other wind instruments.
Right. You got Darnell playing the guitar, a thing that just kind of always is a bit fucky, but he tunes it up as much as he can. You got Bung playing some of those drums, smashing out some tunes. And you got who else was there?
Fuzz is the
Fuzz.
singer.
Fuzz is the singer, but Fuzz isn't there, is the thing. Quill's manning the bar, but Fuzz is not there at the moment. She's been outside again. Rusty, what would you be doing on a night like this? Oh, by the way, for each week that passes, heal 1.
Okay, let me erase
Okay, what's my
one
health?
whole divot. Oh, wrong.
Oh,
One
that means
divot.
I'm fully healed then.
You
Okay,
only took
well,
1 damage?
I guess
I
that
wonder how long
means-
this is gonna last. I'm thinking not very long.
I guess that means I'm good enough since now I'm at 9. So I guess I'm good enough to get up and walk around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Around that point, you're relatively stable.
relatively stable.
You're like at the point after a surgery where you can walk, but it kind of hurts.
Okay, well then I'd Rusty definitely be holding his egg, since now he can hold his eggs properly.
Nice.
Walking around, not really putting on too much of a show because it still hurts. He's still hurting. He'd rather not put on a show just yet. Probably go in and get a drink and walk around outside though.
Okay.
Don't want
I
to
think at
bump
this point
the
it's
egg.
probably prudent to do that other role that we were supposed to do.
Oh, the other roll.
your fortunes.
Oh yeah, my fortunes. That's right. How do I fucking roll again?
It's just a 2d12 for you, I think. Or 2d6.
Two
You don't have any pluses.
2d12.
Actually, oofa doofa. Well,
Geez,
it doesn't
Seth,
even
how come Josie lets you roll 4 die?
Golly, look at that surplus, though.
That
Rolling
means
in it.
I got augury
Hey,
and
It's
Good barter, I
you know,
think.
you know what it is. It's
Since you
Yeah,
have more
barter.
than one, yeah, since you have like, you already had augury, and I decided that you wouldn't like lose it between sessions. Give yourself like, call it +1 augury. If you roll augury, you get +1 to it. Just for the next time you roll augury, or the first time you roll it.
Right, there we go. Written down. +1 augury.
All right.
And +1 barter, so I guess 3 barter now. Instead of the 2. Or, but that, is that how that works?
What?
For, the follower barter?
I
It
think
goes up
that
2?
what that means is that like if you roll surplus, you get 2 barter. So whatever
Okay.
barter you had, you have +2 of that.
Okay, now I have +2 barter then. Alright, thank you.
How many barter do you have total then? It's
5, 7 barter now.
golly, that's a dosh. So you're
Gotta
just
find
kind of
it.
walking about the boat. You're not part of the scene yet.
No, I don't want to bump the egg. Kind
Yeah, I
of worried
getcha.
about the egg.
The only other person just out and about on the boat itself is Fuzz, who's looking intently.
Now let's walk over to Fuzz, see what she's up to.
Hey, Fuzz, what's going on, bud?
I, plop on down with a wet squish noise.
You don't think Fuzz likes you.
It's okay.
She generally never really tries to talk to you at all. But tonight, she doesn't like recoil from you slapping yourself down next to her. None of them believe me, but I know it's there. I know it's gonna come back, and I know it's gonna hurt us again. It's gonna hurt you. I saw how it looked. I saw the way its fingers turned blue as it hurt itself just trying to hurt you. I can't sing like this. I can't perform like this. How could I?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of what to say.
That's fine. If you'd like to have the next word, then just say so.
I don't think I'm gonna do the scrunchy voice right now. Rusty says something to the effect of, like, yeah, fear can really mess up your performance.
Well, you don't have to do the scrunchy voice.
Yeah,
You
I
could,
don't-
like,
I don't
soften the
fucking
scrunchy voice.
I want to do the scrunchy voice, even as fun as it is.
We can decide on what the canon voice is. It's maybe he does the scrunchy voice for his act.
Canon voice is scrunchy voice.
Oh, alright.
He is just scrunchy.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get that scratch going. But I can believe you on that. That thing did not look right at all.
Didn't.
Looking that thing in the eyes was not good. I'm just glad Giuseppe came on over. Help me when he could.
Yeah, he's a good boss. I don't know how much he can protect us from this, though.
Yeah, 'cause that hit on the wrist did not seem to do much.
Just then, like, she bolts up and points at the water. Did you see that?
I look sharp. Rusty looks sharply into the ocean.
You
I don't.
see...
Oh.
You see something brown, but then it dips,
Like that. I don't like
and
that.
it goes away.
Like that one bit.
And she grabs you and is like, did you see it?
I saw that. What was that? What was that?
It had to be it. Come with me right now. God, right now. They have to
follow.
know.
Get up and follow real quick.
So, I don't think we talked about Lug. What are you doing, Lug?
Look, what are you doing?
Lug's probably in the bar, kind of off in a corner, probably drinking something. Who knows if it's alcohol?
You just
He
said,
just
give me
wants-
the stuff, and
Give me the
Bung gave you some.
They gave him rubbing alcohol instead of alcohol, but he's still drinking it.
He just wants the bottle.
Gave him
He
some
likes,
oil.
He likes bottles. He just wants the bottle.
Give me the fish oil. I need that vitamin D. or G or whatever vitamin they have.
Remember that time when he tried when
Vitamin
we we actually
Oh.
did make a Molotov out of fish oil.
I still have that.
Yeah, you still have that.
Right.
Do keep track of the things that you do.
Yeah, I've
make,
got it.
'cause
Don't worry,
that's
I've got guns too.
I
Everybody
don't know
has
if I have
guns.
any weapons on
Like,
me. I just
if-
have my stuff.
Now, if anybody wants a gun, you can have a 3-harm reload loud FAR gun.
I'll take one when we hit land, probably.
Okay.
I have the same rifle that I was using in the big fight.
We'll say that one's a little special. It has like kind of a little. I'll call it an engraving, but it's really just some dipshit's name carved into it.
Nice.
Like maybe the last owner before you caved their fucking head in.
They had a
Lots.
common. I still like to believe that the pickaxe would have missed if they didn't shoot me, but the bullet propelled me to hit it into that.
Like, like it flipped you real good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Made you do a
essentially.
flip.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, we'll make that. We'll what's the word? Retcon that into canon.
When the movie comes out, we'll make sure that happens.
Oh, definitely. So, you're just sipping this weird. It doesn't taste. It tastes real fucking. It's interesting, is what I'll call it. You know that area between this tastes like shit and. But it's doing something to you, and you think that it's giving you some relaxation.
Ah, it's clam juice.
Of course. Don't know how the fuck you got clams. They don't swim at the fucking surface, but okay.
Great.
Mur clam.
So I think you're also probably listening to music. It's actually pretty good tonight. Even without fuzz, folks are playing their heart out. But just as the song comes to a climax, Fuzz bursts through the door with a, like, just kind of dragging Rusty along.
Oh, Rusty's going.
And she yells
along.
out, "I saw it! I saw it again! He saw it too! Tell him!"
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know what it was, but something's in the water.
Everyone gets fucking quiet.
Yeah, I
Band
stopped playing.
stops, and nobody speaks for a good, like, 10 seconds until, I think it was Nickel,
Nicholas.
kind of just, like, pops out of the car, like, "Honey, you have to let this go. And Baby Blue, I wish you wouldn't enable her like this.
No, I saw it too. I did.
It's out there, and it's close, and it's you have to stop. It's past. Even if it isn't, we can't do anything about it, so why look at the water waiting for it?"
Well, at least we know it's here. And, do
Fuzz
something.
looks like she's, like, clenching and unclenching her fist. Like she's just about ready to fucking snap.
I want to chime in here.
Okay?
Okay. Hey everyone, stay in here. I'm gonna go check this out. Come along, Bung.
Bung nods.
So I
Do remember, just as a general aside, there are moves that happen in social situations.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. Let
Oh
me see
yeah,
what
like
I have.
read a sitch or read a person.
Actually, let me. I have
think
a
some
show
of them
pilot.
have
Actually,
show-
I want to. Think I want to read Fuzz just to make sure I know what the best action here is.
Okay, I think you have to talk a bit to Fuzz in order to
Okay,
do that.
yeah,
So how do you
um,
actually read her?
What am I? Let's see. What are the?
Say, like, talk to her how you talk to her, and then say, like, that's reading person. You're trying to gauge her.
Okay, I go over to Fuzz and I put my arm on her shoulder somewhat firmly, just to get her to try to get her to calm down, and I say, "Don't worry, Fuzz. We'll go look out there and see what's up. I understand your concerns, and I want to make sure everything will be good for us.
Okay. Did you want to do that roll, or did you want that?
I do want to do the roll. Read a person.
Okay,
It's
go
real
ahead.
sharp.
Slash
Indeed it is.
2d6, and it's +1. And this is I highlight roll. So okay, come on, please show me the money.
Oh,
God damn
man.
it!
Oh, psychic bot.
Oh.
Sad.
So this means like I think I get like to ask a question, but then they like are
Yeah,
aware.
I don't have to tell you the real truth.
Oh.
Let me-
It's like no, I love
What are the
Sidekick
questions I can?
Bot.
What are like the questions I can ask you?
the questions are: is your character telling the truth? What's your character really feeling? What does your character intend to do? What does your character wish I'd do? And how does your character get? How would I get to your character to blank?
Hmm. And then any of these answers could be like incredibly inaccurate. Is the problem?
Gotta ask it.
Do ask one though.
Oh boy.
Do also understand that like I could probably just tell you the truth anyway, but when it says "prepared for the worst," they could react badly.
I want to ask, what does Fuzz intend to do?
Fuzz intends to. She intends to get people ready to defend themselves. She intends to alert people to a danger that she doesn't think they understand or that they're. But your reassuring words fall on deaf ears. You don't believe me. None of you believe me. It doesn't matter if you're going to look out there. You're not going to see what I'm seeing. You're not going to look for what I'm looking for. You're all so. Ugh! And she just charges out of the bar, leaving everybody in silence.
I just over to Darnell. Hey Darnell, could you do a guitar solo for a little bit? I need to handle some stuff.
My specialty, doing shit on my own.
Okay, Bung.
He doesn't actually play the guitar, he uses his mouth.
Good
Okay,
stuff.
I mean, the tongue's the strongest muscle, so.
Yeah.
Hey Bung, Rusty, come along
Darnell
with me.
wouldn't know
We
that.
need to make sure that Fuzz isn't gonna hurt herself.
I'll leave Lug behind.
I was going to say, like, as I was walking out the door, hey Lug, you want to come along too? You're always helpful.
Sure.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, really?
He perks up and as he says really, almost like he's really flattered.
I mean, yeah, Lug has been useful in the fucking combat situations. Lug's a fucking tank. What the fuck?
So, y'all leave the bar as a group. And it's pretty obvious where she is because you hear a slam over by the barracks sleeping area, whatever the hell you call it. And when you enter, you see her, like, kind of just taking out her frustrations real damn hard on a stool. She's like picking it up and smashing it against the floor. What do you want?
Just checking up on you. I mean, like, we can't just leave you be.
Well, you saw me, so leave.
I'm not talking here. I messed up the first time. I
Oh,
don't trust the
sure.
luck of my dice.
I do.
Oh
I
boy.
do. Hey, I'm looking at my moves. I don't think my moves will help in this situation.
Oh my.
Well,
Oh yeah.
there's
I keep
always
forgetting
that
to
whole
have
Rita
move.
Sitch kind of thing.
Yeah,
There's also manipulating
y'all
folks.
alive.
You can manipulate people
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
easily.
that's right, that's right. My stats are just moves on their own as well. That's right.
Yep.
I remember that.
I think I mentioned it before in another session, but like try to always have the basic moves just there.
Yeah, that's what I've got open.
Nice.
Sucker somebody.
You're not gonna. No.
Go aggro. Time to go aggro.
Don't hurt my singer. You can't find another good singer around these
Well,
parts.
it depends on what kind of person you are, but
No,
like
who-
going aggro is a thing.
Who
you
said
can
I
do.
was gonna go attack Fuzz?
You gonna
I'm gonna-
attack me?
No! I'm gonna go ham on
Alright,
that
alright,
chair with
alright.
her. Somebody else can do something. If y'all know what to do. I'd like to.
You think I'm not gonna know what to do? I have -1 hop.
Hey,
I mean, don't think of your like
Do
stats when you think
something.
of what you're gonna do.
yeah, think of what you're gonna do.
Just think of
Just-
what your character would do.
If Sidekick Bot rolls bad, Sidekick Bot rolls bad, okay? If Sidekick Bot rolls good, Sidekick Bot rolls good.
Can we roll all the ones out of Sidekick Bot first?
No.
No.
No, we have to stay with the ones. If we get a 1, we get a 1. I can't believe
Yeah,
you guys
Fuzz
both did
just
this.
moves to like kind of knees to chest, curl up next to her bed.
would like to absolutely go up to her and what's the word? Sorry, I'm trying to think of the word.
What is the word? What does it mean?
Word. Whenever you go pat somebody on the back and tell
Comfort?
them it's comfort. Thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you. Yes,
Golly.
absolutely.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'd like to go
Do you want to do that as part of a move?
Yeah, I
Is
do. I do
another question.
because I feel better if I do a move because then I have a chance at doing something good.
I mean, the
I
action
mean,
itself
yeah, I
could
know.
too, but
I know, but it's like, this could go really good if otherwise. But yeah, she's upset about we don't understand about the thing. Link to the moves page. Yeah, let me.
so
read it.
it sounds like you're trying to like manipulate, maybe.
Yeah, manipulate. Go comforters.
Okay. How do you? I mean, you like did say like you're gonna go up and like pat her on the back.
Yeah, not
Do some,
actually.
like shush and pap.
Yeah, shush and pap, kind of like what I did with Lung and Bruises. But that didn't go well. But you know, I'll do it again.
Second time's the charm.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like to go squat down. Not actually sit, but squat. So just flap my feet. Squat down. Just kind of lightly put a hand on her back. So much that you know the hand's there, but not actual weight. You know.
Hover hand, except it's not hovering all that much.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, oh, I don't wanna.
Okay. Do you say anything to her?
No, I can't think of no words.
How are you gonna manipulate?
Just want to condole, like, with movements. You know, like, small pats.
So
kinda
what are
get
you?
the air
Okay,
and
I
all
guess
that.
the better question is like, what are you trying to get them to do?
I don't know, calm down
Like
a little
it's
bit. And,
tell them what you
discuss
want
it.
them to do. Give them a reason.
Uh,
Why.
calm down just enough to kind of explain it a little better. About what exactly it is that's out there.
I mean, I think she talked pretty simply about what it is.
Yeah, it's
She
Jerry,
thinks
but-
that Jerry's still out there.
but,
She
like,
thinks that nobody else, understands the danger or is unwilling to deal with it. You know that much.
yeah,
Could I try to read a person?
You could.
go ahead.
So,
I better look at it than me.
I think it may be best for you to say what you're going to do before rolling. But
Didn't he say?
no,
Oh, right, because he.
read
you're
the
right.
person.
I think there's been enough talking that he can try to read,
Alright.
regardless. He doesn't have to talk to her. She just has to talk to someone.
Somebody. Okay.
And Daddy.
Uh-oh.
Can't believe Wynn died.
And he's back again.
Alright.
This is getting real rough.
What does Fuzz wish I'd do?
She wished that everyone would be on the lookout. That they would stop relaxing.
Can I need to stop saying can I? Lug kind of goes over to the edge of the boat where everyone's kind of facing. At least where Fuzz is.
Okay, so you leave the room.
He's gonna be looking out. Yeah, he's gonna look around.
Okay. Seth, you were trying to do some things, comforting and manipulating and such.
Comforting and manipulating and such.
So, what are you trying to get her to do? Because
Just
like you know what's you know.
Yeah, try to get her to be like, okay, I don't think I could do much, but I will try to get people to look out.
Okay,
be
so you're
aware.
like, you're trying to get her to calm down, and what you're promising, giving them a reason, is that like you'll make an effort to get people to like be on the lookout.
Yeah, I mean, I've got that
Okay.
kind of, I got followers who listen, quote unquote, to me.
Quote,
Occasionally.
unquote. Go ahead and roll that then.
So it would be, sharp, right? Yeah, sharp.
If it's seduce or manipulate, it should be hot.
Oh, hot. Okay,
Um,
pardon. Yeah, seduce,
it
manipulate.
was-
Just a base 7 then. Because I don't have no
okay,
hot.
you do it.
I'm not hot,
On
sorry.
a 7 and
everybody.
9, though, let's see. The They'll do what you say, but they need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence.
All right.
In that she says, you have to. They won't do it unless you tell them to. You have to tell them to. You have to make them, or else they'll just not do it. People are fickle. You have to make them do it.
Alright. I'll do it the best I can, alright?
Fine.
I'm gonna get up and go over to the bar. Time to fuck things up with a frenzy.
She heads to the bar too,
Nice.
as well as Bung. Giuseppe, where are you going?
Seth's going to the bar.
Lug, you're out near the water.
Oh yeah,
what you
so
doing?
I was gonna go with Seth.
Okay, yep. I'm just heading for Lug real quick.
Sorry.
You really don't see anything out there. It's kind of dark because it's just about, it's night. The only lights that exist are within the bar right now. It's just like a glass-like dark surface.
Would I have anything that could make light? Wait, hang
You
on.
probably have some sort
Does
of.
Firebomb.
Does that weird thing with the dials and screen? You remember that thing?
The transmitter thingy.
Yeah, does that glow in the dark? Is the screen illuminated?
Like transmitter.
The radio that we got
The
out of the
radio-
boxes.
Yeah, thing. It was like
Oh,
a
right.
scanner. Does that glow in the dark? Does the screen illuminate?
It does. It does illuminate. It illuminates like a faint.
Only faint? Not enough.
It's like the brightness that the Game Boy SD or whatever had,
Oh yeah.
like the first Game Boy that you
Oh,
didn't have to
yeah.
have light to do it
Yeah,
with.
I do.
Yeah.
It's about that bright.
It's just enough to illuminate a room, just well enough to see
Yeah.
vague shapes.
It may not be useful with light. Could I take that out and I want to play around with it. I want to see what it does, if it'll do anything. If it'll show any signs of anything at all.
You turn it on and really there's like a couple dials and buttons, but it's really hard to figure out what they actually do. Give me a weird roll.
Plus 2, 7.
Okay.
Good.
You stare at its screen and boop some buttons and you turn some dials, and you're just about ready to just think it's a piece of junk. But then you get like a feeling that reminds you a bit of when you opened yourself up, when you allowed that vulnerability to enter your brain and to give you visions. But this time it's not nearly so intense or deliberate. And you just get the idea to turn this dial a bit to the right. Press these two buttons at the same time. Turn it off and on. And you see like a radar screen. And it slowly blips. And a wave moves from the middle outwards. And you see a dot just about on the horizon of it, the very edge of the screen. And the wave happens again, and the dot reappears.
Is it closer?
Nope.
Is
We have
this
this-
in our line towards where we're going, or is this out of?
It's hard to realize which direction you're going if you're not privy to the cartography and shit. So you'd probably have to ask at least Giuseppe or someone Giuseppe trusts to direct the boat.
I've harassed Bong enough today,
I don't.
and just
everyone else-
Who's Giuseppe?
What's that?
I make my way to Giuseppe and go on to the
Okay.
next area.
Yeah, we're all
while
in the
you-
bar right now, right?
Yeah, while you were messing with that, you re-enter the bar and everybody's kind of tense, and they kind of look away from your little group, taking pitiful sips of their drinks or tiny nibbles of whatever food they had. Fuzz grabs Bung's and your hand and leads you back up to the stage. And she says, play with the one with the rhythm.
The one with the rhythm?
You know which one.
Alright.
And as the music starts to start up, she sings. It's a pretty soft song at first, but it slowly becomes harder, more higher tempo. And you remember the way she's being right now, and it's the way that she was when she first joined on, when she was excited and not afraid, when she was lively and not bored. And you can see a lot of the fuzz that you had, asked to be on your boat in the first place. Rusty, you're in the bar.
Yep.
Your followers kind of become less tense, but Nick and Zink come up to you and go, I don't know how much longer she can keep this up, Baby Blue. She's running herself ragged, chasing this thing that left a week ago.
Well, I'm gonna try to convince people to kind of be on the lookout to make sure.
To get her calmer and, to reassure
Well,
her,
at
hey,
least-
things are okay, people are on the lookout, there's nothing to worry about.
At least as long as you don't believe this garbage.
He gives a light, kind of a scoff, like, He may believe it. Kind of, and scoff. 'Cause he did see that thing in the water, and he did see Jerry's, he did look Jerry in the eyes whenever he was getting choked out, and that was terrifying. For him.
There's no way that thing is alive, Zink pipes up. It's not here anymore. It doesn't... Whatever. If you're gonna... Whatever.
Listen, wouldn't you
report-
like that extra bit of comfort?
Not when we have to be the ones comforting ourselves. Whatever. We'll report for a lookout tomorrow, but tonight, let's just relax.
All right.
Lug, you hop into the bar as the first song is winding down.
I want to approach Giuseppe because I don't think I've harassed him enough today,
All right.
and
Nice.
I wanna ask him, hey, where the fuck are we? And especially specifically in relation to this blip, and I show him this little screen. Like, where,
Oh yeah, Wynn showed me the the blip on the radio, right?
that was a physical radio.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like a map burned into glass.
Okay.
But yeah, that one was pointing towards Millions.
Okay, I take a look at the blip. Since I know where the tracking, how close are we to that?
Do you grab the I guess I'll call it like the radar?
I
Like, do
assume
you
this is
hold it in your hands?
I assume this is after I finished the song, right?
Yeah, you've wound down.
No,
Okay.
Lug just went up there mid-song going, hey!
You would.
Yeah,
That's
Lug
why I
would.
specified.
Like wood.
Okay, so I don't take it from him. I just sort of grab it with one of my hands and tilt it towards my viewpoint.
You touch this thing, and that same sort of feeling of your brain going ajar but not opening. And you did see that one blip, but then on the next wave you see 6,
Oh,
and they're in every which direction.
Oh boy.
And when you you probably kind of back off from it, but the 6 blips still stay there.
Oh boy. Oh hell.
The first blip definitely was in the direction of Millions, but these 6 are just about any direction.
They don't getting close or anything, right? They're stationary.
Stationary as in they're at the edge of the screen and aren't moving.
Oh, okay. I don't know what these are, Lug, but I guess there might be something important. Or something dangerous. but those overlap.
Where are they?
I don't know about these 5 ones that showed up, but this one right here, that's in millions. We're on course to it.
Don't like that.
Me
some-
neither, but we got no other
some-
close land.
So more of your crew kind of crowd around you, like curious about this. And Rusty, you certainly notice like them being vaguely conspiratorial without you.
Aw.
You're left out.
I've been left out. I'm left out a third time!
Oh no, are
I
you
want
gonna
to join in! I want to join
Okay.
in! Stop leaving me out!
Did we ever
Get
fill
away,
in?
egg
Wait, did we ever
boy.
fill in Seth about the radio?
What's that?
No!
Did we fill in Seth off screen about the radio?
I'll say you probably did.
Yeah, probably,
Okay.
because
There's
it's
a weird
been like
thing
a...
that fucking happened, and you're like, golly.
Yeah, it's been a week, so chances are it's been noted.
Yeah, you look
Hopefully.
over and they're all like whisper,
Hey,
words.
hey, what's going on? Hey, let me be nosy.
That's my job.
No, it's not anymore. I'm taking over.
For real, yeah, I'm gonna peek over and try to get people to tell me what's going on.
You peek over. I think like when you're peeking over, you probably like kind of like palm move the thing to try to get it like at a good vantage point to see. Like, let me see, and you're like one of those jackasses who like kind of grabs the edge of someone's like laptop to see.
You fucking would.
Give me your phone.
He'd hold the
And you
laptop at the
100%
screen.
definitely recognize that your brain is opening.
Oh, I don't like that.
You know this feeling, and you've experienced it several
Fucking
times
hurts.
before. You know that this is like doing something to your brain, but then it like kind of just goes at a constant rate instead of popping open. It like just kind of stays. And those blips were originally pretty general. They're like fuzzy, you know. But then they become like almost pinprick sharp.
I don't.
Still 6, still at the edges of the screen. But now they don't like blip on the radar, despite it still like doing its waves. But they just stay there.
Stop fucking touching it. You're making it worse.
I
Can I go
slowly back
aggro
my
on him
hand
yet?
off of it and see what happens.
It stays the way it is.
Oh
Okay.
no. Don't like that. Don't like that one bit.
With that, we head off of our second into a possible third.
We're on week
What
3.
sort of things would you probably have been doing since that night? In particular, I think Lug, you've got time to probably start another project if you'd like. You did finish your weird backpack jet, much to everybody's amazement. It's legit. It works. It's pretty reliable.
Everyone thinks it's
fuel.
cool.
It takes more fuel than you'd like because it's moving. You know. But like,
Could I work on making it fuel economically friendly?
I think the way it is right now is very volatile. Like, you just barely got it to work. And you're like, frankly, if you think that you fuck with it, you're probably gonna make something not work. You know how you made it, you know how to fix it, but you think that, like, if you start doing weird calibrations, you might, like, not. You know? It's like if you stacked, like, a bunch of things, and you're like, if I move any one of these, the whole thing could fall apart. It is the way it is, unfortunately.
Damn.
I think that you never repaired that boat, though. You still got the Love Supreme,
Yep.
I think.
Yep, that one's
Yes,
damaged.
There was Love Supreme and Greasy Pinky.
Yeah, Greasy Pinky is up and good, but the Love Supreme is still a bit damaged. You're towing them along with like some ropes at the back of the boat, so that you don't have to like drive them.
Honestly, they're not like directly up against the boat, right? They're kind of far.
They're trailing behind.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm that comfortable going that far out into the water after the events of last week.
I mean, it's
With,
not that far. It's like maybe a few.
Fuzz. I keep my guard up, but I guess I could go and fix it then.
Okay.
But I need to roll
I'd
anything.
say I don't think you'll need to roll anything, but I do need to give you some stipulations. It'll take. I think you'll have to shell out. Yeah, you'll have to shell out some jingle. I think you'll need to give out at least 2 jingle or have somebody else do it. Something that I forgot to mention was that while you are going to Millions, there are other like small settlements and homesteads that just aren't really worth actually stopping at. You know, like they're not a place you can like do trade, but they're a place where you can get sundries and small things. Even like if you wanted to like hire help, you know, stuff like that. There's always people looking to leave their dinky, shitty homes. So if you ever wanted to like do that thing, like you know, I think Giuseppe, you've got a role that would it's like fingers in every pie.
Yeah.
Now that you have like a boat that can easily get to places, you can do that anytime.
I don't know what I need at the moment. We're gonna get more fuel eventually.
That's the hope.
Yeah. I don't know what else you guys can think of anything.
I don't think that you could do anything that would like fix like a want or anything like that, but it's something that could help you in small ways.
Okay. I'll think about it in case we come across a dilemma soon enough.
Okay.
Which of course we will.
In particular, I do know that Rusty, you have been like wanting, I think, an assist. No, yeah, that's an.
What
Right.
now? I'm so
That was
sorry. What
me.
now?
That was me, not
Oh,
Rusty.
Yeah, yeah.
I keep fucking
Lug was
forgetting.
wanting.
Rusty is such a savvy head.
Yeah, no.
Uh,
Wind was wanting Quill to help him out as an assistant.
that's true. I
Hmm.
don't think you could like. There's still like.
I don't think I can afford Quill yet.
That's a mood.
Yeah, Quill's probably
Quill
the most
is
expensive person
overqualified.
here.
Quill is like a fucking.
She is the
I don't even
porcupine
know.
medic, bartender god that you all wish you could be.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd want to. If I'm gonna attempt something, I want to attempt with more than just 2 bard.
Women want her, fish fear her.
Yeah.
Fish want her. Her crew fears her.
Okay. But yeah, if that's all for projects or any ideas of what you'd like, we can move on to the 3rd week.
Week 3, baby.
Alrighty.
Alright,
Week 3,
give
so
it
get
up
ready
for
to
week
barter
3.
then.
So the 3rd week comes. It's a straight up a day off. You're too close to a settlement, like a large settlement, to like do any like salvaging because of like 1, salvagers' rights, and 2, it's probably picked clean by this point.
I'm glad we've got
So everyone's
laws.
just doing. What's that?
I'm glad we've got laws like that.
Well, it's just something that people came up with that everyone just follows, you know.
Makes sense. Unspoken
Uh,
rule.
Rusty commits war crimes.
Rusty, stop evading your taxes.
Stop eating them. Stop.
Egg attacks.
Yeah, everyone's pretty much just doing almost nothing.
Oh.
What I would probably need to do is, you're gonna need to convince you're gonna have to like I don't know, order or convince your folks to, like, be on the lookout if
Yep.
you want them.
Yep, that's. I
Uh,
got that frenzy.
So I think first thing you do is let's figure this out.
Yeah. Trying to.
Yeah, how are you gonna convince your people? Are you
Well-
just gonna tell them, or
Gonna tell them and, hey, you do this for me, I will eat whatever the fuck you guys want me to.
is that a
Not, he doesn't say
manipulate?
fuck, though.
that's a manipulate?
I was hoping frenzy.
You could do frenzy.
Yeah, because frenzy
let
seems
me
best.
bring up your. Let's see.
You want me to just say aloud what it is?
When you speak the truth to a mob,
Yeah.
so you need to make a statement. You can't ask them something. So what is that statement?
Oh, well, I'm gonna. Hey, you guys gotta keep your guards up. We don't know what's going on, and we'd like to be safe than sorry over here after everything.
You want to do a rusty voice, or is this your rusty voice
No,
right
that's Rusty voice right now.
now? Okay, that's fine.
Don't wanna.
Okay, so basically, like, all right, you said your piece. Go ahead and do your roll.
Oh, yay.
You and your +3 weird.
Oh, my mystery beam. Yay!
God damn.
Yay!
Good
I
You're doing the
get,
good rolls today.
yay!
I'm trusting you with all the rolls from
I
now
got
on.
a 10. I got a whole 3.
Yep, you get 3 hold. How would you like to use them?
I like them to do what I want them to do, which would be...
If you only wanted them to like do the thing you wanted,
yeah, that's just right
I'd
now.
call it like probably unite and fight for you as a gang.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping for, because it's like, that one seems like...
Fall into an. You could
best.
make them fall into an orgy of uninhibited
Yeah.
emotion of like determination
Yeah,
or
let's-
readiness.
Let's fall into an orgy of hey, we can do this. Yeah, we're pumped up.
And then also go quietly back to their lives, so they're not just like sitting there.
Yeah.
Like they're doing the things, but they're also doing what you wanted for the bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
you
guess hold
speak-
that extra bit, so I've got
think that
one.
I think that was 3. That was like unite and fight for you, fall into an emotion, go quietly back to their lives.
Okay. Yeah, that works then. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do all that.
You speak your truth, and they're just kind of like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you did get choked out, and we did see that dude get his wrist cut up and just do nothing about it other than walk off.
By and large, all of them, they pick up their guns, which, like, a lot of them don't really know how to use their guns that good. Most of them have never touched a gun or seen a gun in their fucking lives.
Oh,
Um,
that's good.
but they're trying their best.
That's good.
A couple of them are actually, like, while they're doing this, they're kind of practicing with their guns. They're setting, like, little, like, either, like, plastic or paper or whatever the hell that can float stuff out to sea, and then they're, like, taking pot shots at it. Not enough that it would, like, particularly impact what ammo stores you have, but enough that, like,
Okay.
they're just trying to get food.
Alright, that's what I was about to ask. Like,
Yeah,
much
it's,
ammo
like,
are they using?
yeah, you've got ammo for a good. These are bolt-action rifles, so, like, a whole box of ammunition, like, probably lasts a while.
Nice, okay.
Fuzz is out there on a little chair, looking a lot more like what's the word for it? Content, I suppose. She doesn't look like she's about to like punch someone because they're being a unattentive bitch.
Nice. I Kickbot. My Kickbot's being my best
Giuseppe,
friend.
or actually no. What would Rusty doing other than that? Like on a day where you?
I guess walking around making sure everything's going well.
Okay. You're just gonna take a nice stroll around this boat that you're just gonna do laps, I guess.
Yeah, boost morale. Make sure I'm here. I'm here. I'm watching you guys. Don't worry. You can hear my be in comfort in these wet footsteps.
Okay. You do schlap around a good bit.
Yeah.
You do notice that some people are like kind of giving you strange looks, though.
That's understandable.
Like your people specifically.
That's
They're
understandable.
They're often looking less at you and more at your egg.
Yeah, egg time. That's understandable. It's egg. It's baby.
It's not like a look that you can realize. It's not like disgust or wonder or curiosity. It's a very look.
A look.
Yeah,
Has
just
the egg
just a
changed
peek.
any in the last few weeks?
it hasn't actually,
Yeah, it's
which
just-
is rare because the egg often changes like the rate at which it glows, how much it pulses with like just day by day, but it hasn't changed for at least 2 weeks.
Okay.
Right now it is just emitting like a constant soft glow.
Oh, that brings me very much comfort. That comforts me.
Giuseppe, what would you be doing on a day with nothing to do?
Let's see. So if assuming we're closest to land, I'd want to probably be in wherever my quarters are, like organizing my stuff for when we get off the ship, like getting all my stuff back together, all my boater, and maybe looking at like what kinds of places are in Millions for us to visit.
Okay. You don't. The most that you remember about Millions really is that it's frankly a large settlement compared to most others. It's maybe a middling mountain barony, but most mountain baronies have like very strict like protocols on who gets to come, and this is the only one that you've actually managed to get permission to go to. You
Yeah,
don't know
that's
anything
right.
about who runs it. You don't know their name. You don't know if they have a government or anything. You just know that people are there. They surround the mountain, and they give. They trade and live and die. What you do know is that the peak, at least starting around like maybe halfway up the peak, is always a cadre of masked military. A bunch of very short masked people with what look like automatic guns are always on the lookout halfway up the peak and will not let anyone through. And everybody
boy.
just kind of, keeps their distance.
You can see that'll be a problem for us.
It was never really a problem because nobody lives above that part of the peak.
For us
just that,
specifically,
like-
though, we got that radio. Said something
well,
about the mountains.
It's possible. While you're doing your looking out, you had probably like organized your salvage shed a good like half hour ago. You're just in the bar, just getting things set up. Probably hoping for a busy night. It'll have been like the first night where you just actually worked with patrons that weren't a bunch of waterlogged cultists.
Lucky you.
I like the waterlogged cultists, though. They enjoy the music.
Yeah, they do. Quill herself is cleaning some of the glasses while you do that.
Oh boy, Quill time.
More out of complete boredom than anything else. Darnell's over on the bar trying to fix up his guitar again because it's fucking out of tune again. Lord knows how it stays in tune while he's playing, but it's not out of tune now, or it's out of tune now.
Miracle.
Bung's actually outside. Whenever you check up on him, he's just fishing. He's got like a stick and some fishing line, just kind of like sitting there. He managed to find one of those like really dad fishing caps with like the
Nice.
fishing lures on them.
Nice.
You don't know where he got it. You've never seen him with it before, but he has it and it's over his eyes, and he's kind of like leaning back in the chair.
Oh, I love it. I love this. That's very good.
Lug, what would you be doing on a day with nothing to do for everyone else if you weren't probably also working on some shit? Or would you be relaxing like everyone else?
I would say relaxing in the most Lug way possible, and by that
Murdering
I mean,
people?
uh,
Yeah.
I would probably say, getting some scrap metal and, starting from like around the center of the boat, just kind of hammering it to the boat, kind of trying to get some sort of foundation going. Some sort of foundation.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's something that would take a long time, but if you're just doing it as a relaxation thing, it's pretty cathartic. You get to hit something and it doesn't have to die.
Don't have to, but it will.
What you do start to notice is that like you're hammering and you're hammering, but after a certain point, like the hammering it sounds hollow, like as though the water isn't actually under it, as though there was no like pontoon under that part of the boat.
Dang it.
That's
You're hammering too hard.
I'm just gonna hammer on a different spot for a little while.
You're okay.
Just gonna
Remove the
ignore that.
foundation over there. I gotta go remove the bottom of the boat.
Well, he's not
elsewhere.
removing foundation. He's trying to replace or
No,
like,
I'm saying
put-
like he's hammered it so hard that the bottom has fallen out of the boat.
Gosh. Okay, so you just kind of ignore that. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, just push it in the back of my mind.
Leave
Remember
it for
it's
another day.
there.
Some other time I
Yeah.
can worry about that.
That's
Okay.
That's another glass of milk for another plate of cookies. I don't think Lug knows what either of those things are.
Get that fish
Cookies
milk.
don't exist.
I mean, hardtack probably exists.
Yeah.
Certainly delicious commodity around here.
Yeah, I think cookies could exist, hypothetically, on mainland areas.
Just
Yes,
oatmeal
if they
raisin. We don't
manage to
have
get,
chocolate
like,
chips anymore.
Or something. Some
Yeah.
sort of grain.
Yeah,
It's difficult to make grains around, but hey, who knows?
it
Uh,
could possibly be possible, but
So the only problem is that Giuseppe, you know that you're running out of food.
Mm.
You're also running low on medical supplies just because you had to use so many getting people to not die. You're like, the more urgent one is food, but low meds is scary for people who seem to very often get hurt.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that you're hoping you're going to resupply at millions. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the third week comes and passes. Everyone will have healed, I think, 3 damage in total. So that should leave, I think,
Nice.
you at 1 damage. You're at 3
Yeah.
o'clock. And everyone else is fully healed.
Nice. I only have 1 damage now. That makes me feel a lot better.
That's good. You also have
Let's see
that.
how long that lasts.
Yeah. You see it in the distance. A dot at first, but getting closer. And when we speak of dots, I also reference the radar. One of those dots moves off of the edge of the screen while none of you are looking. Whether any of you look doesn't particularly matter, but you also see something else. And at first it looks like it's coming from the mountain, but you slowly realize that it's actually behind, in a great distance, what looks like a huge column of roiling clouds, as though there was a giant hurricane that wasn't actually affecting anything near it, just as though it was simply there, like a massive circular storm that isn't a part of the world. But you have no time to really think about that, because the mountain is here before really contemplate whatever strangeness is beyond it, because you're here. But there's something weird. Nobody's come out to talk to you. There's been no port authority. When you get up to the port, and there's boats, there's houses, there's shacks and facilities and bars and stalls, but nobody's in them.
Oh.
Nobody's around. Everybody's just gone.
Hey. This just means Lug doesn't need to go through customs. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No having to like put so much metal in the metal detector.
Yeah, I don't think Rusty and Lug could get past customs.
Everybody's very tense about this. This has never really happened before. Even in small settlements, they immediately want to know who you are and what you're doing. But nobody's here. And Fuzz in particular says, we have to go ashore. There's got to be people somewhere. I don't know why they're not here, but they're going to be somewhere, right?
Makes sense.
Sounds good to me. I look over the crowd. Who would like to go with us for now? We need some people to stay behind and keep the boat. Keep an eye on the boat.
I think Bung raises his hand. Nobody else seems to raise their hand, though. Everybody wants to go. Everyone wants to stay together. Everybody wants to go ashore. Everybody wants to be off the boat.
Everybody wants to come along.
Lug raises his hand. We'll stay.
Bung kind of shoves you in the direction of Giuseppe and Rusty.
Oh,
Just
you
no,
have to.
you're going.
I'm so sorry, Lug.
I'm
You
not-
have to come.
He makes kind of a general series of vague sign languages. I don't want to fucking hear alone with you.
But yeah, just like one propeller replacement, and he's already done with you.
You don't have to go, but you can't stay.
You don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. I know who I want to take me. Anyway,
Well, all right
Lug-
then.
Lug
sorry.
kind of hunches over a little bit more than usual. Kind of like he's like, how someone does when they're kind of like upset.
Sad puppy Lug.
It's very subtle because he's already very hunched over.
Oh.
But if you look hard enough, you can see it.
but yeah, it seems like your whole gang wants to go. Bung is willing to stay behind, but not many other people are willing.
Yeah, Bung's got his fishing to catch up on.
Alrighty then, change of plans. It's group expedition. Get your stuff together and meet at the front of the boat.
Oh, you're letting
Everybody's
everybody
ready. Yeah, the cult and your staff are ready within half a minute.
Come. Oh,
Everybody had
jeez.
already had their everybody already had their gear on because
We're
they
all
were already
fucking ready.
they were already prepared for something bad to go on, but not exploring an empty city. So I assume you do your little walkabout trying to find out. Do you call out at all? Do you what do you do when you're trying to search for?
I'm gonna call out.
Anyone home? Hey, where y'all at?
Nobody's responding to any of your calls, and walk deeper into this urban area. I say urban because, frankly, it is the largest buildings that you've probably ever seen. Getting closer and closer to the mountain itself, it's like the structures become larger as the foundation becomes better until you actually reach, I'd say, a good 50 or so feet from what the base of the mountain itself. But around that point, something happens. Who's on point?
Not me.
What is on point in this context?
That is to say, what group of people is probably near the front of the group?
Oh, we're probably at the front of the group, huh?
Lug.
Yeah, look.
Lug with his gun. He has the gun.
Can't believe
So
what?
y'all nerds are probably up there leading the pack.
Yeah.
You're looking around still, just kind of keeping your bearings, keeping your weapons close. But when you look at each other, you realize something, and that there's tears leaking from all of your eyes without you realizing.
Yeah,
And
allergies.
That's fucking crazy if they can tell that from Lug.
I mean, they can see your eyes through it. They can see that you're kind of getting puffy and water's coming out. Come on, dude. And you walk a little bit further and you realize that just about everybody in your whole gang is starting to slowly just vaguely cry. And then you're kind of hit with a wave of emotion. You feel like everything's just gone to shit. Everyone you've ever cared about has left you for dead. There's nothing left for you. And you all just kind of start to collapse one by one. Everybody just kind of falls to their knees and starts just sobbing.
Bullshit though, I've got this egg. I've got baby.
The egg sobs too.
Oh no!
The
It
egg
is.
leaks.
Your egg does actually react to this a little bit, in that its pulsing immediately quickens to almost a frantic pace. You don't know what it's doing though.
I'm gonna comfort the egg the best I can. I'm gonna give it small paps.
All right, you cry and you curl up with this egg,
Yeah,
little paps.
be real good to it.
As basically your entire gang just wails on the ground, some figures emerge from the urban area. 4 figures in brown combat fatigues. And one of them in particular points their gun at you and yells out, "Who are you? Why are you here? Answer or I will shoot."
Why are y'all crying?
I don't know how to do. I don't know how to do a
oil.
crying voice.
You actually kind of smell oil
Oh,
in the nearby, grease oil, for just something that you'd notice, strangely enough.
Oh boy.
These people are also wearing weird helmets. They look, to us, they would look vaguely kind of like space person helmets, glass all around a ring that connects to something, but isn't actually connected to anything. But it's it's made out of a material that you can't see through.
don't like that. People. Get up and go with them. They got eggs on their heads.
They're yelling at y'all. They want to know who you are and why you're here.
I guess try my best to say fucking rusty. I'm rusty. The metal. No, don't say eat the metal, bud.
As you blubber out some sort of response, they get closer and their guns, and the rest of them, their guns get raised. And shots ring out.
Oh,
But not from them. The 2 on the outer edges of their little grouping immediately fall to the ground. And the other 2 try to swing their weapons around to respond, but yet another one is shot, and the final one who is doing the yelling takes a nasty shot to the leg, very obviously breaking whatever breaking like their bones in the area and
Ah.
collapse them to the ground.
Jeez.
2 more figures exit a higher. They kind of like hop off of a second floor and thump to the ground. One of them, they both have similar helmets to the others, but one of them is wearing green combat fatigues with epaulettes, those like things on their shoulder that have little like tinsel bits. And the other one is pretty much like splotchily covered in like engine grease, wearing like a utility overalls. The one on the ground seethes at them and goes, "I won't tell you a goddamn thing," before one of them puts a bullet in their chest.
Rest in peace.
They don't say anything, but they start to like kind of haul y'all up and try to get you like moving back towards your boat a little bit. And as you cross some sort of invisible threshold, you realize that you don't feel bad anymore. You don't feel like everything's lost. You feel normal. And it feels hollow, but good.
Wow.
Big, sad island. It makes you sad.
And everybody's diagnosed with depression now.
I think that was already the case.
Can I say I'm
Except
trying
for, like-
to make the egg become not as apparent?
When you left whatever strange threshold, the egg went back to its normal sort
Okay.
of rate, I suppose.
Just a low pulse, good.
The uniformed stranger speaks up, says, "Well, it took you long enough to get here, but I suppose late is better than never."
But
I want to chime in now. What the hell? So now that I'm stopped crying, I like look over, maybe a little stirred, and say, "What the hell's going on?" I'm
What
a little,
the hell's
I'm a little
going
like,
on, Cards?
I'd be normally I'd be more formal, but I'm a little like upset right now that
Oh, yeah, I understand.
we've already ran into more trouble.
The person in the epaulettes in uniform takes off her helmet, and they're a particularly short person, probably like half the height of Giuseppe, a little bit larger than half the height. She's got like sort of like a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like kind of dark and stunted nose, like just kind of ends in a blunt spot. She's got like very beady eyes. She has ears that remind you a lot of like a mouse, but her mouth reminds you of a shark's. It's wide and full of sharp teeth as she like grins predatorially at you. "My name is Lena Ulyanova, and you're the mercenaries that are going to help us."
Hey, hold on. Can we, and wait.
The other person has been like rifling around with the now dead assailants, and walks back up with their 4 helmets and their guns and whatever small sundries they had on them. "I'm clear here. Are we taking them? Well, mercenaries, are we taking you?"
Are we taking what?
Yeah. We sent out. Explain it to them.
Stop.
The one in the who's still in the helmet takes off her helmet to reveal a masked face that immediately reminds you, Giuseppe, of the military folks who had been guarding the peak.
Okay.
And she begins to explain, "Well, we sent a signal out. You had to have gotten that to come here, right? You're responding to the signal we sent."
Oh, that
Mug-
signal.
Mug
It wouldn't have
makes-
happened.
Mug
It wouldn't have
makes
happened to gone
noise.
on a radio, would it have?
Absolutely. Oh, yes, absolutely. It was. I mean, it was weird. I had to use my antenna to do it, but
That signal shook me to my fucking core.
Rusty's got
Well,
like
that
this
was-
confused look, like he thought this whole time we were just coming here just to come here.
We were eventually, and then we discovered like, oh, huh.
Look,
Radios.
the important part is that like it was a signal to signal you,
Mm.
people who could help us while we in our plight.
Okay, yeah, those words are making a lot of sense now.
Like you are mercenaries, right? You have the look, you've got the armor, you've got the guns,
What do you?
right?
I
What do you
mean,
mean?
well, I guess I should start some introductions. I'm Giuseppe, and we are the crew.
Lena reaches out her hand to shake.
Nice.
We are the crew of the XS Exodia. I wouldn't call us mercenaries, more like bunch of people who like.
Opportunists.
We can go with that. We got.
Look,
right.
I don't care what you call yourselves. I only need to know that I have your men and your guns.
I mean, we're certainly all here, except for one of us. He's gone the boat.
Well, if you ever wanted to grab him, that's fine. But as long as you're willing to well, kill for money.
Huh.
I know there will be money.
Of course.
I mean, we've already killed
Hmm.
for free. At this point, I'm down.
Look, we
Rusty's
can talk
down.
about the specifics back at our forward operating base, if you would like to join us.
Hmm. I turn towards everyone else. What do you guys think?
Sure.
A lot
Uh,
of people in a lot of your staff and your cult are kind of stone-faced, but they seem like they'd want to.
Oh, hell yeah, they're still willing to kill.
They've been watching out for threats for over a week, and they want to have something to look at, be able to shoot without feeling.
Chill. Nice. Nice, let's do it. They're ready, I'm ready. They're ready, Rusty's ready. He's look in their eyes like,
Let's go.
I mean, Rusty's already made him punch a dude to death, so.
As y'all, they start leading you down a few roads. The grease-stained one, often checking corners, laying down strange little devices in doorways and on windowsills. Lena herself begins speaking. Since you're following, I assume that means that you at least tentatively agree to our partnership. Am I to understand that?
Makes sense.
Then I will explain. We are the People's Army of Millions. We have been fighting for about a week now against former comrades. We have been fighting for a better millions, frankly. Before we were subject to the whims of our leader and to the forces of capital, and we have decided that we will not abide by that anymore. She pulls out like a little sort of booklet that seems like worn with like someone reading very often, and hands it to you, Giuseppe. We are adherents to this philosophy. We believe in a society that can care for its own without exploiting, that can, through force of will, fight against its own greed.
Is that what the booklet says?
The booklet is, do you know the book Capital?
No, I do not.
It's a book by Karl Marx. Actually, no, it's not that book. It's it's the Communist Manifesto.
Oh. I didn't expect us to like be dealing with communists here.
You don't know what the fuck a communist is.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I
I'm
guess I
sitting here
don't.
like, they don't even
yeah,
know
I
what that
guess-
means. That's okay. That's interesting. This'll be.
Anyway, we sent out that message about a week ago, shortly before we attempted an assault upon the our assault went well. We were about to breach the peak when, well, that field happened. The other one speaks up. We often call it, I've come to call it or I've understood to call it, the emotional skyscraper. It is some sort of, device or thing that is capable of causing people extreme emotional distress, and there's nothing that can stop it except for these. And she holds up one of the helmets. Our enemies have the peak, and as such have access to technology, and it seems that they've been manufacturing counter effects to this to the device. We do not have those resources, so as of yet we have only been able to get very small amounts through whatever raiding parties they've sent. So really this is it. We have R2 that we had before, and these 4 that we have now. We do not have enough helmets. We have no resources to be able to develop these helmets, so we were looking for mercenaries that could use them to get more. Our lines are stretched thin. We only have enough people to defend what we have right now, and we don't have the supplies to do anything about that. So we sent that signal. What I want you to do is to work your way up the mountain, taking strategic positions as you can, and possibly getting more helmets so that you can bolster our forces, or your forces. Is that understood?
I got that. I guess.
This one can't read. They point to Rusty.
Yeah, Rusty can't read, that's right.
Speaking of which, I think that, the idea, when I said, okay, so here's the thing. Only one of you can actually read. Lug, you can read, whatever weird, gutter talk that people have, kind of come into, being able to read. But Giuseppe's the only one who knows how to read English in your group.
Lucky.
Damn it.
Lucky. I can't even read gibberish.
Rusty just can't read it all.
Now.
What's that?
Yeah.
You just drop this kind of info on us now.
I mean,
It
only
hasn't
came
been
up now,
important.
I'm
Yeah, it
sorry.
hasn't
I
been
thought
important.
we established this before.
We did, but I thought, that's a little weird.
Hmm.
You could probably teach him later, but
Yeah,
at this point,
That'd be good
Yeah,
to
reading
teach
is too
Lug.
overpowered. I'm sorry.
You
well,
gotta
it's more of a cultural,
you gotta put points into literacy.
Yeah.
Well, if this was Shadowrun,
Yeah, read it to me. Read the book to me.
you make your way while you're talking to their forward operating base, and it is a pretty lively area. Lots of people stationed at in positions with machine guns of varying type, all masked, but in varying dress. Some in dresses, some in shorts and pants, and basically. Yeah, you could look at it as though they were just a normal community, but they're all in black balaclava masks. Nobody's showing their face except for Lena. As you reach there, though,
It's kinda creepy.
she beckons you into the command tent.
Follow her in. Might as well.
I guess I go in too.
Slap, slap, slap. Flowing in.
You follow into the command tent, and what she has is a rudimentary map of the mountain. There aren't a whole lot of strategic positions on the mountain itself, but what they are generally relatively well. Of those of particular note are the supply dump, the urban trenches, the canteen, the generator, their forward operating base, and the peak itself. There is no particularly pressing time constraint. If you would like, you may go up however you like, but the only thing I ask is that you keep yourselves alive and you don't waste personnel or material.
That's gonna be hard.
It's going to be very difficult.
If you would like any explanations about any of these locations, you can ask them after I introduce some more of our facilities. And
I guess we look at the facilities.
I wanna know what's in the supply dump.
It's a dump,
this
you know.
is
They got dumps.
this is actually just so you know, this is a map of the mountain that they control.
Yeah.
Uh,
do we not have
they
any
as in
intel
the
besides
enemy.
this?
The
Yeah.
enemy control.
Yeah, but do we not have any kind of intel besides general
You have
locations?
intel, but they said that they tell you when in a little bit. Like they're going to
Dang
talk
it.
about. They're talking about their facilities,
Dang it.
the People's Army facilities.
I'm not gonna eat the People's Facility Army stuff.
Well, of course. So they take
Bad.
you a little bit over to their own supply dump, and Lena introduces. This is Len. Say hi, Len. Hi.
When?
Len is our quartermaster. He is in charge of our material and understanding of how to move personnel. Yeah, I have the stuff and I move it. If you'd like anything, you just need to ask. We are not particularly short on weapons and ammunition, but we don't want to waste anything, so that's why I'm here. If you would like anything from Len, you can simply ask. Len goes up to you, Lug, and actually like kind of shakes your hand. You seem like the most combat focused of your group, I suppose.
Can't believe we called Lug
Uh,
out just immediately.
Yeah, I'm glad. They're just probably looking at us and see like this is quite the mercenaries we got here. Thanks, Lena.
Thanks.
Yo, you're just
You gotta
you're,
dis-
you're
you gotta
like
dis-
20 some people with guns and armor. That's better than nothing.
I
Yeah,
guess
that's
so.
true. That's true. And we did
Uh,
take down
yeah,
a lot of BGs. Fucking
Len
shit.
reaches out his hand. Just to remind, Len is also be masked. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt
Nice.
and some cargo pants.
Like him already. Hashtag
And
loyal.
who's he reaching out to?
You, Lug.
Obviously I'm gonna shake that hand. That looks like the most friendly person I've seen in a long time.
Finally, Lug
Definitely.
trusts
He gives
somebody.
gives a good firm handshake and says, "Once again, I'm Len. I named myself. I named myself after a person I read about, actually. If you'd like to know, I can go ahead and tell you, but you don't have to ask me. I named myself in the peak. I saw a transcript of a conversation between the doctor and a nurse, and the doctor spoke of a man who could make people bleed from their faces without even being there. The nurse simply began bleeding from her nose, and the doctor cursed him. Damn you, Len. And I thought to myself, I want to be him. So here I am,
God,
having named myself.
Oh, kick ass.
I can't believe this.
Let's kick ass.
Okay.
Yes, Len, sure, thank you for your story.
Oh, that's sick.
I'm sure it is quite sick. Regardless, we have places to be. If you would like to make any material requests, you can ask now or later. In particular, the major differences of your material is that they have automatic weapons, you have bolt-action weapons. They have as many 2-harm, loud, far, I think, weapons as you'd like. They aren't reload is the difference, and they're also 2-harm.
How far did you say they were?
They're far.
Far, okay.
You can manage to get far with them.
So it's 2-harm, loud, and far.
Is there a shotgun?
Give me a sec to look at it. Actually, you know what? No, those guns are close.
Close, okay.
Far is really for sniping shit. So yeah, the rifles are 3-harm, reload, loud, far. The assault rifles are 2-harm, close, loud, no reload.
And is there a shotgun?
Is there a shotgun? I think you asked that, and Len goes, "There is, but it's mine."
Already called
Want it?
dibs.
Well, we are all of us followers of the idea of populism, but that does not mean that trade dies.
Of course.
Only can.
Makes sense. Gotta have to.
Do I have the weird gun on me?
I think you do.
Can I pull that out
actually-
and
You pull that out, and he like jumps up. Like, holy shit! You have that? You have one of those?
thing? What the fuck is this thing?
Holy shit!
Looks
You,
fucking
oh my
popular.
god. I've only seen the schematics for this. Holy shit.
I'll skip it.
There is no name for it. It's just called the Super Shotgun. Have you
Shotgun.
fired this? Have you seen what it does?
Gunsmiths announced shotgun too.
Fucking car.
Oh my god. You are a lucky motherfucker. Sadly, I know that the ammunition is rare and hard to make. Do you have any more?
No.
Oh, fuck. Okay, don't tell anyone I told you this, but I do know that the enemy supply dump definitely has a couple of those around.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Before we had to retreat, I almost got a couple, but I couldn't. So hey, just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying,
Just
bud.
saying. And if you're
I'm
interested,
just, like, looking over this-
he sits back
I'm-
down
I'm-
because Lena gives him a fucking withering glare, like.
I'm just like looking very like concerned. It's like, oh, I don't want him. I don't want to see any more of those blasts.
I should mention that everybody you've seen so far is about as short as Lena. They're all pretty short. They're maybe
Can't
4
believe-
feet tall.
Found a hobbit town.
They're a mousy sort of folks, I suppose.
I'm glad
At
I'm
least
taller than
because they're
somebody.
Mousy figures and shit.
5'11"
For
versus
once,
6 foot.
Rusty is the tallest motherfucker in the room. If you go away.
God.
Rusty has to duck to go through the doors.
Oh, poor Rusty.
Yeah, so he's basically asking like, beyond that, do you need any material? Do you want to switch out any weapons? Stuff like that.
I'm good. Rusty's good.
I don't
Okay,
think
you like your far weapon with the reload and all that.
They want to well, I can't make this. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I'd say we may want to have variety in our arsenal.
Always a good
I'd
idea.
like a pistol. I think a pistol would be nice.
Eating the same foods is getting boring, so can we switch it up a bit?
Scrambled egg.
If you want sundries and rations, you can head to the canteen if you'd like.
Oh no!
Um,
Talk about eating the
we're
guns.
no, we're not going to force you to use your own material in this. We're paying you to fight, not to use your own stuff.
Wanna eat
I
the
don't.
guns.
I'm sorry, Lynn, but I don't think you understand what Rusty is talking about. He's got a little
sorry?
issue.
If he has allergies, he may need to talk to our medic.
That's
That's
not what I
one word.
mean.
I'm gonna eat the
That's
guns.
one word.
I'm eating the
What?
guns. I
What
eat
did
it.
you?
I eat them. You want me to? You want me to show you?
Get out
Hey,
of my sight
I'll
before
do
I
it.
fucking,
No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
get out of my fucking sight before I end you.
Yeah. Let's go
You're not
on.
gonna
Let's-
eat a single one of my guns.
He looks very sad and kind
I-
of disappointed.
I like make
He's
sure
ready.
that Rusty stays back. Just
He's
please
fucking
excuse
ready.
Rusty. He really likes metal, like really likes it. We haven't figured
Oh.
out why.
As
But
do
it
we
keeps
all.
all these
Oh,
people
whatever.
around for us, so it must be doing something good.
Ugh, whatever. Okay. Wait, you're telling me that he's the leader of your mercenary group?
No,
Oh.
I'm the
No,
leader.
no.
I'm like I'm the leader of the Exodia. I've said that before. Rusty
Okay.
just keeps us supplied with people because they just come to see him.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's your quartermaster.
Oh shit! But in a,
Let's go with that, sure.
Yeah, I guess in a
okay.
way he is.
You're a weird one, but I won't begrudge a quartermaster their strange habits.
Nice.
Gotta stick up for your own.
Nice.
Well, if you need anything, just say so, and I'll put it in order. Otherwise, you can continue with your tour.
All right, I'll keep an eye on you.
So yeah,
I don't know
before
if- I
you
don't know
do
if
any
Giuseppe
particular, what's that?
I don't know if Giuseppe would be like good with handling a gun since he's normally like a knife person. I don't know if I'd want to trade
I mean,
into something.
having variety. Knives are hands, so
Yeah.
You know what you could do is if you want to like throw some jingle around, you could probably get just about a bunch of things.
Oh.
In
I do have
particular,
one
now
photo.
that you talk about knives, there's one that's like a pretty interesting little thing.
Oh, is there? Oh, is there? Hold on.
Uh,
No, describe this knife for me.
Oh no.
So,
Ooh.
let me see if I can find.
I need a dual wield. Rusty dual wield.
I'm trying to look in the book because I very. Ah, there it is. Right, because I think it's the gun luggers area has the biggest actual like talk about knives. You could get a thing that's called many knives.
Oh.
It's 2 harm hand in, and it's just enough knives that you'll never run out.
Can I get that?
They're just everywhere on.
Is that like a move or just a
No, it's a backup weapon.
backup weapon? Hey, how much?
It's 2 harm hand infinite, and it's just like a bunch of knives, a whole lot of knives. They're just everywhere.
That sounds pretty good.
May I make a suggestion?
What's that?
That's very good.
All right, so I know that you have to know what a cat o' nine tails is, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the whip,
Jesus.
right?
Yeah. So one of those, but it has a bunch of knives on it.
They usually call that like a fucking thresher.
Oh, shit. Hey,
Tool.
is that available for purchase, the knives?
The many knives, I think you could get,
Oh,
mostly because it's a lot of knives and it's not hard to find knives.
I'd like that. I'd like
Okay, I'll just call that 1 barter. If you
Okay.
trade 1 barter, you can get enough knives that
Got 6
you have
barter.
money.
Got 6
I-
barter.
I have like how much butter do I
A
have?
bunch of
So,
shitty knives.
so Rusty has a cat o' nine knives now.
Yeah, he's got tons
No,
of-
he just
no,
has the
knives.
knives.
Just knives. Just knives.
I think I just have
like,
like general
it shouldn't-
butter as
What's that?
Maestro D, and then I have like 2+ butter with jewels.
Yeah, basically, like right now, if you wanted to get things, now's probably the chance. You can get like for free. You can get those like assault rifles, but if you want anything better, you can detail what it is to me, what you want, what you think you can get.
I don't know enough about guns to like figure out what would be a better one.
If you wanted to, you could open up the playbook and go to Gunlugger. Under their weapons is a bunch of weapons.
Okay,
know
you
that.
got a link to that? Sorry.
I don't.
Here,
Oh,
hold on.
Rusty
Let me
should.
copy and paste it.
Okay, thank you.
I know that this is basically like the moment where you're actually getting to fucking upgrade shit. So
Yeah, I'm looking my stuff.
no
I'm
better
guessing
place than a military supply dump,
Yeah.
or close enough to a military supply dump that it doesn't matter.
Moise.
I'm looking through the guns. I'll if I can find them. Yeah.
I'd like some first aid kits. Sounds smart.
If you'd like to talk to our medic, you can. We're
Yeah.
gonna go by there in our tour.
Oh, that sounds good. I'll talk to him then.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
boy, I don't
she's
want
a-
to be near
she's a,
death.
She's a wonder with her hands. Do try to not mind her eccentricities, though.
Oh, what's gonna be worse than Plug?
Wait, who is this?
I don't think we're worried.
Lena was talking about you guys probably going to visit the hospital personnel
Okay.
because you're going to be fighting. You're going to probably need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be nice. Well, I've got my dudes.
Yeah, I'd like to actually visit her.
Yeah,
Oh.
we are.
We're gonna.
Here soon.
Okay.
We're just waiting. Making sure everybody got
I just
everything.
want to get y'all through with equipment before we.
Okay. I think
Did I
let's
actually?
see. I'm
get
gonna
that
take.
pistol?
I think
You
1+
can.
photo. I
What's that?
think 1+ photo would get me like a serious gun. So I'm looking at what I think would be good for that. Maybe a Magnum.
I mean, you could like ask what you want, and I'll be like, how much barter it is. You could also probably specify any modifications you might want to make. That is to say, like, I know that there's like all these nice little tags. You could probably
Yeah.
think of a tag, and like I could come up, like just imagine a modification you could do to a gun, and you can just kind of like slap it on, and I can be like, okay,
I'm gonna have to think about this a bit more.
okay,
I don't want- Can we like move on? Then I can come back.
sure. Rusty or not Rusty, Lug, you were talking about getting a pistol. Did you just want a straight up normal pistol, or?
Yeah, just something low maintenance.
Sure, you could just get a. I think that'll be free. Like really, like it's just like the 9mm gun. It's 2 harm, close, it's loud.
Low
They'll
tier
just give you
weapon.
that. it's honest, like stat wise, it's kind of similar to the assault rifle, which makes me realize that the assault rifle should probably be. So probably area? No, not area. Auto fire is probably what I was looking for.
Okay, when's back?
You were talking about the rifles.
Yeah, I was thinking like they should probably be better. How about they're not all that great. Assault rifles then. Probably more like an SMG. Yeah, 2 harm, close, auto fire, loud is what they're actually asking. If you wanted a 9mm, they'd just let you take it off their hands. It's worse than their normal weapons. It'd be 2 harm, close, loud. You got that?
2 harm close.
2 harm, close, loud.
Alright. I got it.
Okay. I think Giuseppe's still thinking on some stuff, right?
I feel like a Magnum would be like what I'd pick. I don't know what kind of modification. Maybe like a shout point on it somewhere in case I need to jab someone.
Like a bayonet.
I guess so, but like a Magnum's small guns would probably be like a pretty small blade.
Oh no, you can probably get a good blade on that. Like you can do that thing. Oh, how about this? You got the Magnum, but it's got like those brass knuckles on.
Oh, nice.
Brass knuckles?
It's got the its handle has brass knuckles, and on the end of it that like extends down from your hand is like a knife.
Oh, I know exactly what you're
Fist
talking
gun.
about. That's
Yeah,
really
it's a good
good.
gun.
That's good.
Yeah, that'll be. I'll call that 3 barter. No, 2 barter. It's 3 harm, close hand, reload loud.
I think I want to go with that. Would Len accept my jewels?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Alright, and I pull out some jewels out of my bag and just say, give me gun.
Well, don't see these very often, but can't go wrong with those. Frankly, this might... Actually, wait a second. If you take that peek, we could use these. I'll say no more. Thank you for your trade, bud.
Okay.
You have a... we'll call it, like, knife gun.
Knife gun.
3 harm, close slash hand. Reload loud.
Fuck, no! Like, you bastard. I can't believe I was able to get all those knives and still have over 5 barter.
It's good stuff.
I've been keeping track of my barter as much as I should.
I eat one of the knives immediately.
Alright, time to see
It's
that
fine.
medic.
No, I'm fine, it's fine. Rusty just eats a knife right there. Got tons of them.
There's Fredboat.
Yeah, 36 songs doesn't go that long.
No,
but
it
considering
don't.
we have been at this for
2
at
hours.
least 2 or so hours.
2 hours and 26 minutes.
Almost 3.
Very
Yeah.
unfortunate because I was hoping that we'd have gone 3.5 or so hours by now. But so everybody's good.
I mean, we started 2 hours and 40 minutes ago, so I mean, I don't think it's very reasonable to want to have gone for 3 hours and a half in less than 3 hours and a half.
I meant as in we like start at 6:30 or so.
Yeah.
But extenuating circumstances. So they lead you back out. Len goes, so, what do you think of Len?
Seems chill.
I trust him.
I do as well.
Very nice.
He's a good person. I hope he makes it through this. You head up to one of the few actual, like, concrete buildings. It's actually concrete. This is rare as fuck.
Oh shit.
It's a standing building, and it has some lighting. Really, it's mostly just kind of a very squat, relatively long building with a bunch of beds and some supplies.
Weird.
But sitting in a chair facing away appears to be the medic.
Can I ask a question real quick? Weird question. What color is the concrete bricks? Is it just the off-whitish?
It's concrete gray.
Hey, don't we have one of those back at home? Don't we have some kind
Home.
of white?
He's talking about the drugs.
Hey, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that
I just
stuff?
wanna smack. Can I just smack Rusty?
Are you going aggro? Time to go aggro.
I mean, you can smack him if you like. Do you smack him?
Don't smack me. I just ate a knife. I'm gonna hawk that back up.
You don't have to roll. Anyway. Elena, I've brought you some of our mercenaries. And Elena looks over her shoulder and turns around on her swivel chair. Elena's like not in a mask, but like could barely recognize a person in there in some ways anyway. Elena seems to be like heavily, I won't call it disfigured, but at least modified. Part of her like cranium is replaced with like a metal sheet. She's got what is obviously a well-working prosthetic arm and leg, and one of her eyes doesn't really move. And she says, "Well, I hope they haven't already created work for me. You could stop smacking each other around."
I'm tempted to eat a knife.
She looks at you, Rusty,
Oh no.
and
Don't call
extends
me
her
out.
hand.
Oh, hey. Yeah, shake. Yeah, shake that hand.
Uh,
Hell yeah.
before you shake her hand, she actually like it's like, "Oh, give me a second, I have to." And then extends her hand again.
Zoom tight.
Do we know his
Do you
type?
shake?
Would that be common?
Sure.
Sure? Okay.
Nobody knows what it means. I think it's like religious.
Okay. Oh, that
When
works.
you go to take her hand, you realize that her hand is occupied by what looks like an eye.
It looks like what?
An eye. An eye's in her hand.
Oh, she has an eye in her hand?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so good. That's so good. Rusty
does-
freaks
how does
out.
Rusty
Rusty kind of freaks out a little bit. Did not expect that. I
I'm gonna eat
myself
that.
would.
I'm gonna eat that.
That's good.
Actually, how does everybody react? Like,
That's good. That's
I am
good.
like freaked
Well,
out.
Hey.
Bug is more infatuated with this arm
I want to
rather
say
than the eye.
Rusty's actually kind of excited after the freak out. Like, holy shit, that's real good.
she cackles
good.
and kind of like raises her hand to her head, kind
like
of slots
that.
it back in.
I like
It
that.
appears to be some sort of like a fake eye. He's like, God, I fucking love when I get people with that.
Oh, I
It's so
love it.
rare. Nobody visits us anymore.
I love it.
It's nice to see new faces around here. I hope you don't die.
Me
If you
too.
get close to dying, just come here and I can work on you.
Oh, we could have used you a couple weeks ago.
Bad job, I assume.
Yeah.
You mercenaries are strange
More than
folks.
me.
But we're fighting our
think-
own battles, so I can't.
I don't think Lug actually ever took the bullet out.
Oh,
You might not have. It could just still be. You probably don't have much need of me right now, but I'm sure you'll need it in the future. So it's nice to get acquainted. Elena is the name.
Nice to meet you.
Howdy.
Okay,
I think I like you folks, so don't get getting yourself.
you don't plan on it.
A quick scan around the room reveals that there's actually a fair few amount of people in beds. Some of them like kind of slowly groaning. I won't say we're running low on supplies because we aren't, but I would not be averse to getting some more pain meds. It's getting a little bit difficult to sleep around here. Just a request if you'd like to take it. Otherwise, do as you will. Take the peak. Destroy the capitalists.
I'm just chew on pain medicine. Hey.
Lena leads you back out of the tent, unless you want to like interact a bit more. Like,
I do. I'm interested in this eyeball. In this
you
joke.
want to look at the eye.
I want to know about this joke
What do you mean?
that Elena just pulled
Focus.
on us.
Oh,
The-
you
with
want
the
to know how I
eyeball.
did that?
Yeah.
I don't have an eye, so I have a fake one.
What the fuck do you see?
I have one of them works. You fuck. Okay.
Oh,
I don't take mercenaries for particularly smart. Come on, please.
yeah. He can't. I mean, Rusty can't read.
We try our best.
Rusty has 0
I'll do better.
intelligence.
If you'd like one, you can always just lose an eye.
Time to lose knife.
Not planning on it again.
Slowly get the knife out. No, I'm
Did you
joking. I'm
ever
joking.
noticed I have eye protection? He says, waving his hand over the broken glass in front of his face.
God, I was gonna say. Oh, you're wonderful people. Hope you survive the comings.
Gotta get me one of those.
And finally,
bombs.
Lena just kind of like starts to kind of herd y'all back out.
Dang it.
Okay, let's go on.
Yeah.
Finally, they take you to their canteen, which is actually like a single tent in which they cook things, and then a bunch of benches and other things that you can just sit on or around. At the moment, there is a series of metal tables holding small depressions and a bunch of like trays stacked up next to it, with a bored-looking masked person with some glasses just kind of sitting there reading a book, just being very bored, not really interacting with anyone. Lena walks up and like kind of bangs on the counter, and the person goes, "If you want anything, it's self-serve. I'm not gonna." Commander, I mean, what would you like, ma'am? Ma'am? What I'd like is for you to introduce yourself to our comrades. This is Lenore. She's our resident cook, for as much as you can call her a cook. Nice to meet you all. She sets down her book and glasses. I'm the cook. This doesn't count for much. I'm just really good at heating rations and putting the water in. What can I do for you? If you'd like something, I could probably just make it for you. If there's MRE packages that have it in them. Anything?
I'm fine. I just ate. Thank you,
I
though.
could go for something.
Okay. Ma'am, am I free to help them? You are free to help them at ease. Yeah. You think? Okay. Sir? What would you like, Mr.
Giuseppe.
Okay, Giuseppe. What would you like? At the moment, at their table itself, they've got some watery-looking lentils, some dal. They got some 2 different kinds of curry, one vegetable and one meat.
Fucking hell yeah.
Which is weird because you're pretty sure that's not fish.
I'll try some of that curry, the
Which-
meaty one.
Okay. You take some of that curry. They offer you a small little like plastic pouch that has like a punch hole in it and a straw, and then also scoops a bit of pudding.
Get a little Capri
Uh,
Sun pouch.
I hate
Bro.
that this is reminding me of those fucking World War II documentaries I've been having to watch in his fucking meat and pudding.
What we got?
Yeah,
As an
I'm-
aside, when I was still in like JROTC, during our summer thing, one of our folks in the second year ate so much pudding that he vomited later. He just like they had a lot of pudding and he just wanted to keep more of it, and he became a spectacle and just kept eating pudding. He got sick.
Oh, sounds like Rusty. I just wanted to eat.
Yeah, it's
Just
rusty.
wanted to eat metal and just kept going.
But yeah, you
Right.
take that tray. Anyone else want any food? It'll
I
be
want a
here
cup of
as long
pudding.
as it's good. What's that?
Lug wants a cup of pudding.
Just the pudding, huh?
Just the pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, whatever. She has to kind of maneuver a cup weirdly because the ladles are larger than the cup. But you get a kind of messily poured cup of pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course,
And you
spoon.
for the damp one.
Oh no, I already ate. Thank you, though.
Sure, that's fine. Less work.
Yeah, at the moment, I'm just eating because food's food.
It tastes real fucking good. Like it's like a variety of things, and in the pouch isn't like a Capri Sun. It's like kind of like more of a liquidy yogurt.
Ooh, yogurt.
The pudding tastes like richer than most things you've been eating fucking fried fish for a long time. You have like a couple of like whatever small amounts of like fruit and shit that you can get because scurvy sucks.
Yeah.
But like those are rationed out very heavily. It's filling and it tastes good. The rice is like, it doesn't look like it's about to mold. The meat tastes like no other meat that you've ever really had. Like, you know it's not fish, but you're not sure if you want to ask what it is. If you want to ask, you can. But yeah, it's weird, good new food.
Can I derail this real quick just to say, fucking World War II? One of their
Please stop talking about World War II.
No, one of their treats was fucking putting on meat, and they said it was super weird, but at the time they loved it because they didn't get like pudding at all usually.
Well, sweet and savory is a pretty normal combination.
Yeah, but like roast beef with pudding slathered on it.
That
You
sounds
need to
alright.
understand that like the most common thing to do with like lots of meats is to put honey and shit on it. So
Yeah, to make it taste good.
yeah,
Yeah,
make it
but
sweet.
that's but chocolate is a different kind of sweet.
Eh,
Yeah, it would be okay. I
it'd be
think
fine.
Yeah,
It sounds like
I'd
it'd
eat
probably
it.
taste alright.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, yeah, but I just you know what I mean.
make a little roll
The
up
thing
out
is
of
that
it.
like pudding
It's
isn't
rough.
as like intense of a chocolate as you might think.
Well,
Like, you
yeah,
You know. But
I
anyway,
thought-
we're getting
Yeah.
sidetracked.
yeah, enough derailing.
Enough fucking World War II talk. No more
I'll
World War
talk-
II talk.
I'll talk about World War II after the game.
Why are you being a white boy? Stop talking about World War II.
Because World War II is interesting.
Oh
No,
wait!
it's
Don't
not.
become that
Look.
person! Don't become that person! Win.
Don't become that guy. So, after you finish your fucking cup of pudding, and
just
just after you finish his actual meal,
Yeah.
Lena takes you back to, well, actually, she takes you as a last stop before retreating back to the command tent to their workshop. Over there is the strange mechanic that helped Lena in saving your asses back there. She's currently in, like, kind of leaning into, like, kind of precariously, what looks like a big metal box. A big metal box that has, like, it looks like it's got wheels on it, but it doesn't have much else.
I'm gonna go peek over. Curiosity's gotten me.
You peek over and, like, she notices movement and tries to jerk up, but she smacks the back of her head against the top of the hatch. And it's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, are you alright?
I'm fine. This happens a lot. Don't worry.
He's dead.
She nods to Lena. Lena? Lorem. This is Lorem. She's our mechanic. She's the one who managed to get a weird array that could actually get a signal out. You might not have noticed, but the emotional skyscraper seems to be able to block radio. How she managed to do it, I will never know, and I will never ask. And you should not ever ask.
I'm gonna ask.
Bastard.
Well, you can look over in that corner, and she points to a corner of the workshop, and there's just like, it looks like junk. It looks like bullshit. It looks like a bunch of metal that's just kind of
Okay.
like thrown over there.
Looks
But
like
does it
food.
look like junk to lug?
To lug, you can see
Uh.
it. You can see something special in it. You can
My
see that the
eyes
way
White.
the metal touches each other does something. And then on the very top is literally an antenna, but it's bent and broken. But you know that because it's bent and broken, it can do things that nothing else can. What you see and recognize is an antenna that affects the world's psychic maelstrom. That is my weird array. It is weird, and it's an array.
Sure is. And I want to give her this thing. I want to ask her what this fucking thing is. This pad with the
This radar
wood
thing?
Yeah. What the fuck is this thing?
Well, it's radar. I can see that much. Don't know much other than that. One of them looks like it's right on us. My best guess is it's pointing towards the emotional skyscraper, but who knows what it could be pointed to? There's all sorts of weird bullshit in the peak. I don't know. She hands it back to you. Anyway, this is my workshop. I work on stuff here. I've been working on trying to synthesize new helmets, but that doesn't work, so we're going with plan B, which is to kill people for their helmets. Which, frankly, is also part of the plan anyway, but let's get back to business. I can work on anything if you'd like. There's not much that I think I can work on for you, to be honest. Most of your shit is not techish. You have your nice, you have your guns and whatever material you have. If you'd like to ask me for favors, or if some of the things that you have can be made into something, I could probably tell you about that. But you have your own mechanic on you right now, I think, so I don't think it's really necessary. So, do you have any questions for me?
I think it's too soon to ask for a favor. But I want to ask for a favor.
Okay.
I have this project, this really cool thing.
Uh-huh.
And I pull out the water jetpack because I keep everything in this fucking backpack.
You pull it out of your
It
hammer
is
space. It's
fucking
fine.
Yeah, we're not gonna complain.
She's usually completely ineffectual. Like, she's just very, like, neutral as a person, to the point where it's difficult to tell if she's in good humor or not. But when you pull that out, she kind of, like, quirks her eyebrow and, like, kind of looks surreptitiously at you. What would you like to ask me about this?
Can it be improved?
Absolutely. Anything can be improved. How do you mean?
This thing is so fucking finicky.
Yeah, I bet. It looks precarious. Am I to understand you're trying to ask me to help you make it less so?
Squeeze. Lug sits there in silence.
If you want me to work on that, you're going to have to take the generator. I don't want it damaged. I want you to get to the generator, and I want you to take it.
I look to Rusty, and I look to Giuseppe, who isn't looking back. Alright.
If any harm comes to the generator, the deal is off.
Deal.
Shake.
Good question. How is the egg reacting to this weird pile?
The egg is calm.
Oh, good.
The egg is correlating with 100% accuracy to the Chinese stock.
Do you hand her the jetpack?
Yes.
I'll look at this. I won't do anything to it until our agreement is complete. Is that understood?
Understood.
Good. If there's anything else, I think Apom wanted to say something, but has to be muted for now, unfortunately, because his roommate's here. I don't think I was hearing anything from the game, though, earlier, was I?
I heard something.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I heard it.
Okay.
Honestly, I thought it was from you, Josie. I'm sorry.
That's fine. There's always editing, so that whatever pauses we take can be edited out.
Yeah.
We do have an hour left, at the most, I think.
I've told you it's not Tuesday. I can go as long as we want to.
Apom cannot.
Ah.
He has until 11 my time.
It is.
Oh, yeah, Lena's showing you around. She was going to take you back to the command tent to explain your duties, or at least, as you might accept them. Explain to you stuff. Well, really, it depends, I suppose. We do have tomorrow, tentatively. I think people agreed that tomorrow is okay for people. Am I right?
Yeah, that's okay with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So, getting here is fine. We could also do other shit tomorrow. Who knows if we can get through the whole of it, but it'd be like a real dream if we get through the whole arc, but,
Uniform time.
Oh, you're gonna try that, huh?
Hey, while Giuseppe's getting that out of his bag, I'm gonna pull the pin out as well. Like, oh hey, yeah, that's right, you've got that. I grabbed this as well.
Rusty pulls the pin out of a grenade.
These, I recognize them. They are of the old world. They are effects of the dogs of the capitalists of the old world. Of their personal armies and forces. those who killed and looted for their own pleasure. I don't blame you for having these. No, most people don't know. It's very rare for anybody to know much about the old world. However, I'd rather didn't wear it around. Or in millions at all. If we win this, then, well, we'll finally have a home that will be worthy of talking about. Regardless, let us head back to the command tent if there is no more you would like to talk to Lorem about.
I'm gonna shove that pin back in my pocket. Whatever kind of pocket I may have.
You got pouches.
Yeah, pouches.
Made out of, like, just the cloth. Yeah, you head back to the command tent, and she ushers y'all in. Just to make mention, your gang has kind of just disseminated amongst the FOB.
Nice.
Talking to folks, getting the lay, understanding where they are and what they're doing. They're really just waiting until y'all gather them back up in order to give them whatever orders you want. You go into the command tent, where two guards nod to Lena and then exit. So, here is the deal. Y'all still got that photo of the millions I got? Or the image I made?
Yeah.
I could just keep that up. So, the idea is, the strategy, the tactics, whatever the hell, is for you to work yourselves up to them. You will have to start from the bottom and take strategic areas that we can create a funnel or a line, basically anywhere that we can entrench and defend. It will stretch our line, but hopefully with less areas that they can defend, they will be less able to move material and thus less able to defend themselves. Currently, our major objectives are the supply dump, the urban trenches, the canteen. You'll not be able to access the generator of their forward operating base, and frankly, unless you were overwhelmingly either stupid or capable, I would steer clear of their forward operating base. That is essentially where that is their home. There will be many of them.
Sounds like we're going in. Oh, in our group, jeez.
Don't get yourselves killed. If you would like me to explain,
fire bombs.
Yeah, we still have this.
if you'd like me to explain the areas to you, you need but ask. Otherwise, I will explain on my own haphazard way. If you'd like me to explain a particular order, simply ask.
Hey, what do they got in the supply dump?
The supply dump is essentially where they keep just about most material they do not have on hand. It is where they keep most of their weapons and ammunition. By and large, it is the heart of their area that they, albeit, do not protect like their heart. What intel we have, thanks to Lorem's weird array, is that it is relatively lightly manned, with at least 6 rifles. They are not particularly aware, as they are logistics personnel, and do not seem ready for combat. We would like you to capture it rather than destroy it than anything else, to bolster our own supplies and allow some of us a bit of reprieve. It has access to various armors, various weapons, ammunition, sundries, food. All in all, it is essentially a good position to assault, and one that I don't think will be too difficult for a large group. However, there will be only 4 of you capable of taking it on. While we do have 6 helmets, we would like at least 2 in order to mobilize a counter defense in case of an attack. And as such, you can only take up to 4 people. So 4 to 6. Keep your discretion.
Oh, who's gonna be the extra person we bring if we bring all 4?
If you'd like, I can have one of my own.
Oh,
accompany you.
well.
Otherwise, you may furnish it from your own group. Frankly, I would actually hope that you take one of our own, as they are more understanding of the area. They've lived there their whole lives. At that, Lorem kind of you smell oil before you actually see Lorem. Lorem comes in the command tent without so much as like asking to come in. I volunteer. Lorem,
Which one is
you're
again?
far too important to be sending on any mission. Nobody else knows how to use the weird array, and I'm a sapper and stuff. I can make bombs and mines and shit. They don't look like they have any strategic people in their group. I think this is a pretty good idea. Lorem, you're not going. I'm gonna be fine if they want me. I guess cutting into that, Giuseppe says that the peak, we know nothing about them. The most we know is that it is access to the inner workings, the inner millions, the inner mountain. That will come when it comes, if it comes, which I hope it does. So hey, think of it as a surprise. Putting aside whatever argument I have with dear engineer, where would you like me to explain next?
I'm good. I don't need anything explained right now. Don't know about the fellas.
The what?
The fellas?
And he waves over to, Lug and Giuseppe.
The fellas, I see.
The fellas.
The urban trenches represent what is probably the most entrenched area that the enemy has managed outside of their forward operating base. It is where they conduct most of their defenses, and we believe, most of their attacks. Their attacks are sparse, but they are calculated and specific and quick. And as such, taking out the urban trenches would present a lack of a forward a jumping off point for them. The urban trenches are very well defended, with people who are quite alert. But however, with that many people who are capable of acting within the emotional skyscraper, we believe that they are all, as such, owners of some anti-emotion helmets. If you could manage to capture an area like that and manage to keep most of those helmets from damage, you could easily probably bolster your forces by at least more. Lorem, how many did you say you thought there were? Well, at least 20. At least 20. I don't expect you to attack this thing head on, of course. If anything, you should probably do some sort of subterfuge, guerrilla tactics, who knows. The point is that if you take that out, we lose just about any danger from attacks, and you get what is essentially a full gang's worth of people who can go into the emotional skyscraper. With that said, what we know of its weaknesses is that its side areas are vulnerable. The actual position is specifically 3 different buildings in 3 different intersections that all lead up the mountain, and it is the major thoroughfare with which vehicles, what few vehicles can work in the area, which is to say mostly carts, have been able to go through. They are all 2-story buildings. On the second floors are their defenders. On the first floor are further people entrenched in positions to respond. And we know that there is at least 1 explosive mortar position behind their lines. As such, a frontal assault is essentially impossible. Moving on.
Okay, hear me out.
What?
We shoot the mortars before they land.
Finally is the canteen. The canteen is not a particularly important position, but what we do know is that it is a possible jumping off point for further operations, not only because it is a large building, but because we also believe that it houses what few people could not escape from the emotional skyscraper when it first was activated. Most civilians were able to leave the area during the first assault, but some had to stay back, and as such may be caught within the canteen. It has been about a week since then, and they are likely almost catatonic. We don't know if they've been able to manage to get things to eat, even if they're in the canteen. They could be dead or alive, but we'd like to know if they're dead or alive. We don't expect much resistance there, but do be careful because they do have patrols moving around the city. Any other questions?
Nope. Not for me.
You suddenly became Australian.
Oh, sorry.
Don't say sorry, that's fine.
Can't believe
That's
this.
Canadian.
How can I do that? I've only been Southern my whole life. I think.
Southern side of the world. Australia.
God.
If you would like to, you can get to work tonight, or you can work tomorrow. Get a rest, become acclimated to the area. It is late. In fact, it is almost sunset. If you would like to sleep, we have our barracks, or you could head back to your own facilities. I'm sure they are a bit more comfortable than the cots we have here.
I doubt that. I'd like to sleep here. Somewhere that's not rocking all the time. That'd be nice. Oh, but I'm a little suspicious because fucking egg time. Here, I doubt anything will happen, but just because, just in case. I don't know. Gotta be careful of the egg.
Of course. If you need to talk to them, go ahead. You have the ability to freely move, but do understand that our line only extends so far and may be accosted by surreptitious forces. Otherwise, be on guard, help yourselves to the facilities. Just don't make a nuisance of yourselves.
Rusty, that means don't eat anything you shouldn't.
Rusty's good. I think Rusty's fine. He's been chowing down on those knives. It's good. He's a little full and ready for a nap. Letting me buy those knives was a bad decision. Just mentioning those knives is a bad thing.
You won't be able to eat those knives.
I've been eating them.
There you have it.
Yeah, I have.
No.
Yeah.
If you eat the knives, I'm taking away the many. You can nibble on them. You can't eat it.
Oh, please.
They're like what's the word? They're like a teething.
Okay, so I gotta...
You're kind of just like gumming.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
It's like until you can find some actual things to eat, you're not really. You're
I
just
ain't
kinda
got
like,
teeth. That's right.
Good.
I only got a
Please
few.
tell me you have teeth.
I've got a few. Rusty's
Okay.
got a few teeth.
Only the teeth in the back that he couldn't reach to get out.
What? What do you mean? What?
A real go-getter. Well,
Uh,
you're dismissed. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your coming service. Godspeed. And as we in the People's Army say, for bread, for clothing, for homes. Purple? I'm sorry, what?
He's a spy, kill him!
Red. I'm confused. When did I say red?
You said bread, but it sounded like red.
yeah,
Oh,
It works either way. I think red is funnier.
I like how
sure. You could say for yeah,
Hey,
whatever.
no,
Alright.
Giuseppe just misheard and thought you said red.
Yeah.
And for real, said I prefer purple. Purple's a
No,
better
tastes
color.
Like purple. Tastes like purple.
Well, thanks for explaining the joke. I'm a fool.
Good joke.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and like do the whole rest thing, would you say that that means that you'd like to end the session now, or do you want to continue a little bit? Do you think you'd be able to get through a position in like 40 minutes?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
The two of you don't have. Okay, yeah, that's fair. We can do a rundown, cooldown part.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I wanna.
So Giuseppe's going to the boat to meet up with Bong. What are y'all doing?
I'm gonna go see Elena. I wanna talk more on those fucking prosthetics. What the hell? I want her to do that joke again.
I wanna go harass her about her arm.
Okay. I think first we'll do that then. y'all walk through the base. Folks in masks, kind of like rushing around with their own business, carrying folders or boxes and crates, or just kind of like walking around when they aren't particular orders. And you come back into the medical building, and she's in the same position as before, like when you walked in, like kind of turned away, and then she does a dramatic turn as she did before, and she says, the mercenaries, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I want to see you do that trick again.
Absolutely. Shake.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. I love it so much.
I'm glad there's at least someone who appreciates it. Everyone usually sees it once and goes, "That's disgusting, Elena. Don't talk to me again." And then I have to fucking never talk to them again.
What?
It's good to see someone else who understands comedy.
They're missing out. That's
Oh,
good.
definitely. You, sir?
Oh, I want to know about your arm.
My well, the arm. I think it's the radius that's connected to the ulna, which are connected to the phalanges, and after that is like the skin. There's some blood vessels in there too. I think some ligaments.
Thanks.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
For real though, you're talking about my metal fucking monster right here, and she like kind of like lifts her other arm up. You don't see how big it is really under the like. She's wearing like a very large smock. She lifts it up and then it looks like she's laying it onto the like table next to her, but it really just goes whoomp, and it sounds far heavier than it really should be. Well, you should know that upon the peak is some frankly amazing shit. Something that could even do this. And she grabs like a small piece of fruit that's on her desk, and she squeezes it, and it doesn't so much just like kind of crush as it like, you know how like a hydraulic press usually shoves the material out from like around it?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
You think you're hot shit? Crush this rock with your hand. God.
Oh.
She's
Rusty's
basically that,
excited.
except she can do it. She is hot shit.
Rusty's excited.
My
He's
Lug
loving all of
is
this.
fucking. Lug is just in awe.
Yes, it is
At a
pretty
loss
amazing.
for words.
Back on the peak, things were. We had technology. We could do whatever. But then some people got greedy, and then they started exploiting, and they wanted it all for themselves. And so now we have to kill them.
Man, it's a real shame I don't got nothing else to give you. I
I'm
want to
sorry.
see you do it again.
Oh, there will be plenty in the future.
Nice.
Regardless, this arm came with trauma, must know. This arm is the result of the worst experiences of my life. So try not to look at it with too much admiration. Though I will say, do look at it with admiration. It's pretty sick.
It's so
Just know that if you do not want an arm like this, this is something you receive to make up for the pain. Even now, I can still feel it. It never goes away. You think this is connected to my nerves neatly? You think that this doesn't cause burning all the time? There is nothing good about an arm or a leg like mine, young man. There will never be. Count your lucky stars you have all your limbs, and never lose any of them. This is a curse.
I don't like the jokey lady and getting all serious.
I do. I'm enjoying this. Good time.
I miss
Let's
the
not be too
fun
serious.
jokes.
Do understand that I can crush heads with my hand, and that's pretty sick. So hey, just don't go thinking about you're gonna cut your arm off for this.
Oh no, absolutely not.
If
I
you
need
do, I'll
them.
crush your head.
Rusty jokingly bends over. No, I'm joking.
She kind of like playfully like, "Meh, meh."
Nice.
It's a little too hard. Your head does hurt.
Oh,
Isn't Rusty's head already kind of squishy?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not too much. It just kind of deforms it.
Well, it hurts.
Got a little bit of liquid out of it. Kind of like with a sponge.
Now, enough about me. How about you?
oh, I
I'm
just
sure
eat
there's.
things for a
I'm sure
living.
y'all are. I'm sure you're interesting people. I'm sure you've done some strange things, seen some strange stuff, made some strange things.
Yeah. I eat things for a living.
We all do, don't we?
Hey, you wanna see me eat something?
Absolutely
Give me
not.
your eye. Give me your eye.
Shame. Real shame.
What you eat on your own time is not of any my concern. I just don't want to see you eating metal.
Shame.
I know the symptoms of copper poisoning. I see it right on your hands. I'd rather you didn't do that around my comrades, so as to give none of them ideas.
Okay.
No, that's just magic.
What? What's magic?
Those fingers. I thought you said they were magic.
Looks down at his hands. Looks over to
I have
Pug.
fingers.
yeah, what do you mean I have fingers? Wait, you thought I... When did I get these? I thought I ate these long ago.
What is that you're carrying?
Oh, this?
And he kind of gestures to the egg. Imagine having fingers.
Yes, that. What is
Oh,
that?
I'm not quite sure. All I know is that it's kind of squishy, and if people touch it, my head hurts. So I don't like people touching it.
Would you mind if I touched it?
Yeah, kinda. Be
Can I?
careful. You did show me that trick a second time, so be careful.
It's
She reaches out, first with her organic hand, and the pulsing quickens,
oh,
and she thinks better of it, and she reaches out with her metal hand, and like as lightly as she can, like kind of prods it, and the pulsing goes away as the metal gets closer.
Don't know what that
It's
means.
a bed. It's a bed.
Strange. I've seen something like this, but I don't remember where.
I've just been carrying around a Himalayan salt lamp, and the batteries are kind of on the fritz.
It's one of those. You know what? We have a salt lamp.
It's just
We've
one
had
of
it for like a
those.
couple of years.
It's just
I
one
don't
of
think it's
those.
Himalayan, but it is a salt lamp. It's orange. It's pretty...
Oh, sometimes they package them as Himalayan salt lamps.
Yeah, but they're
so then
stupid.
so then it's exotic.
Yeah, of course. She retracts her hand. That's strange. I could even begin to call that capital W weird. But
yeah, it's pretty neat.
we're no strangers to weird things. We do have Lorem, of course. A resident weirdo. Poor Lorem. You'd think it'd be me that's the weird one with all this metal, but no, it's her with all her squishy parts.
Squishy parts. Do they kind of glow too?
Only if she's working with nuclear material.
Mm.
And you're so close to just being removed from the RPG.
Now, I'm sure you have better things to do than just yak on for hours with an old gal like me. So, I
Not
guess do as
really.
you like.
I don't really
Oh.
have much to do.
I take that to mean that you are sortieing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, as I understand it, there's not many of those helmets, so stay alive.
Time to eat the helmet.
Don't eat the helmet.
Roll plus weird. Eat the helmet.
Giuseppe, you come upon the boat. True to form, Bung is there with hat and fish and line, or hook and line, having not caught it.
Bung deserves better.
Bung didn't have to go through a depressive episode.
I think that your crew came with you. Darnell, Fuzz, Quill came with you.
How'd they get through the depressive state?
They didn't go through it. This is outside of its range.
Ah,
You have to actually hit, like, you have to walk onto the peak itself to be within range, is the idea. Where you're at right now is actually, like, on the, kind of built on, like, surrounding area. You know, as if, like, people built, like, a dock around the mountain and just kind of kept going. He doesn't notice you because he's snoring real loud.
fucking called
But
it.
in the meantime, Fuzz like turns to you and is like, "Are you sure about this, boss? I know we want it off the boat, but is this really the way?"
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Marty?
boss. I don't know how jiving I am with, killing for money. I know we had to kill for ourselves, but killing for someone else feels weird. I don't know what all yours problem is. I'm good with it, says Quill.
Phil's ready to kill.
Quill,
Honestly, I have
Man,
my own things I want to
yeah.
ask Elena, but I didn't want to ask right now. Fuzz speaks up. Frankly, I trust that they believe what they say. I don't think they're lying to us. I think they are fighting for their beliefs. At the very least, they're not using us for some other weird end. I think that they are actually trying to change their society. God, how can you believe that? Hearing someone talk about changing their world like that, it sounds almost too good to be true. Well, boss, I don't think that's possible. Well, maybe some of it, but I think that the people who they're fighting are just about as ready to die as they are.
sounds like World War II.
Man,
Just get us through this, boss. With as few losses as possible. I don't want to have to end up putting more bodies in the water. And the two others of them nod. Well, that's all I can hope for. While you're writing that out, I'm going to switch over to back to the other nerds real quick.
oh no.
You talk for a good while with Elena. She's frankly good company and doesn't seem to tire of weird bullshit. You exit her building at a point, and do catch a sight of Lungs, who had kind of kept out of the limelight a whole bunch. Lungs is talking specifically with Lena herself, and you catch some of their discussion. And Lungs is like kind of like almost probably the most active you've seen him in a good while. He's like, "Really? A society for the workers? Like, I've never under BG everything was just working for him. Is it true that we could make a place where you work if you can, and the people who can't don't just get left behind?" And she like grins her big, sharp grin and says, "Absolutely. We're fighting for that right now. All this you see here is in service to bringing about a society that we can be proud of. One that doesn't leave its citizens by the wayside. We aren't going to leave our dead. We aren't going to leave our hurt, our injured, our dead out to bake in the sun." And we head back to Giuseppe. "I don't know, it's possible. We didn't ask." Like, you don't really usually ask, "Hey, did you find a monster in man's skin?" You don't usually just mention that. If you want to ask, go ahead, but like, I don't know, maybe he's only hassled us. Maybe it's our problem. No one else's. If he does come back, we're ready. Even more so after today. I'm hesitant to admit it, but they're helping us more than we're helping them, I think. They're giving us a goal and an area to look at and something to take our frustrations out on. A goal. An ideal. Even if it isn't ours, we can fight for it. We'll fight for it. Ha! When we first met you on that shitty fucking rock, we saw something special in us. We saw someone who knew he needed to leave, who knew he couldn't fucking stay, who knew that there's more to life than sitting on a fucking pile of dirt, fawning over some jackass. You're what we needed to. Bung seems to have roused himself from whatever sleep he's on, and he lays his too large hand on your shoulder, and then everyone else joins in. We believe in you, boss. Lead us to victory. Bung kind of just immediately sweeps you into a big dumb hug, which is kind of rare for the dude who doesn't really emote at all. And it kind of starts to crush you a little bit. The others, realizing that there's really no tension at all, kind of attempt to hug, but Bung is far too large to get around.
Bung is
So they just kind of meld on you. You kind of lay onto
Bung
him.
is out to kill.
And then he does 6 damage to you and you die. And then you say, at 2, Bung A.
What was that?
And then everyone in the gang comes up with a knife and stabs you.
I've got plenty.
You got
I'm
plenty.
handing them out.
They all drifted Rusty while he was busy trying to eat a knife. They all drifted him for the rest of the knives.
Banned from the knives. Sorry, bud.
Oh man, it's Rusty Knives. Take his knives, he just has more, but if you take all of them, he's Rusty No Knives.
Oh, I don't want to be Rusty No Knives.
I prefer Rusty Katana, honestly.
God.
Don't take my iridescent
Imagine
knife.
Rusty with a katana.
That'd be on point. Rusty knifeless. No, stop! Stop, don't take away his knives. Especially not that iridescent one. The one that I don't know, have I used that? Yeah, I have used that once. To stab that man.
We close this
Unusual
session.
kill count 1.
We close this session on frankly 3 scenes. The first is of a group having found each other again in a world where finding each other once is incredibly rare. On 2 people finding a kindred spirit and sharing laughter and stories despite meeting only minutes before, and of a young person becoming inspired by the words of the old once more.
Young people listen to old people?
You're killing for money, and you're going to enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, you got me there.
Hell yeah. Ready for it. Rusty's not. When has Rusty?
And end session. So all in all, good session. Mostly
Uh,
RP, but that's really good.
Don't we have to do the HX? That I can. Yeah,
yeah,
session
sure,
in,
that's fine.
yeah.
However, I
the
want to
HX
make
again?
I want to make mention of a couple things.
Yeah.
The first is that you don't always have to re-roll highlights in the beginning of the session. Only when you want to. Like if someone says, "I don't like my stats," you can go ahead and do that.
I've never liked my
otherwise-
stats.
What's that?
Y'all are big babies giving me fucking weird and cool all the time.
Wait, did that happen again?
No. No.
What did you get this time? You
This
got
time I
hard or
got
something
hard and
else?
hot, thankfully, but usually it's like, oh, you guys have to do weird. And I think it was actually hard with those 2.
In light of how relatively, frankly, prepared I was, I think I'm totally good with like a single day off session. Like if I only get like a single day off in the coming weeks, I'll be probably good for a session if it runs on a good day for us. I guess I've become used to work enough that I can kind of pop that off. It also helps that I managed to work through the brain fog to get some planning done.
Yeah.
I keep saying to some people, and I talked to Jenny a lot about it, but I'm frankly really excited for some of the stuff. I already said a lot of the cool stuff that I felt excited about, but I've got more.
Sad that we
I-
can't know up until it comes up.
Oh, it is 100% fine for you not to go on it forever. I cannot stay very awake past like 10 o'clock anymore. So it is fine. I feel bad about completely forgetting that Lung exists, but I do feel good that I managed to get in a scene of him like becoming inspired.
Glad.
I did
I'm
want
happy
Lung
for
to
him.
have that sort of a route.
I'm happy for him. Glad.
Oh,
If there was anyone on the boat that was going to be like, oh shit, communism, it was going to be him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
You know,
young and impressionable, as always.
working class and inspired.
Hey, question, didn't he, like, farm seaweed or something like that?
He was a seaweed farmer for
Yeah.
fucking BG before this. He was
Yeah.
exploited.
And
His
then he
shit
had to go
sucked.
kill us. And
Yeah,
that
he
failed
was-
horribly. And then he had to go
Yeah.
kill for Lug.
If there was anyone who was going to be like, fuck being exploited and like shit, he was going to be.
Oh, Apom, that was
Uh,
perfect.
I also enjoy that I finally gave Fuzz more of a character.
Yeah.
I barely
Yeah,
do Fuzz.
Fuzz was good.
Fuzz being the well-meaning but easily spooked sort of person. Is like... And 100 fucking %. I love that you got cheesy with that last bit.
Yeah,
Holy
exactly.
fuck, that was good. I love those lines. If it helps, like, you're more just kind of doing like, you're not so much doing like the exploity stuff. As far as a boss goes, you're fair and not shitty.
We need money for fuel.
The exchange rate is essentially like
Gasoline.
good. If anything, you're like what like a liberal might consider like the ideal of capitalism is like a boss that like treats his workers good and doesn't like fuck them over.
Yeah, and Giuseppe does
but,
the work too.
Lena's forces are going for the big prize. They're going for a society without capital.
Hey, does that mean we get to kill BG?
If you ever meet him.
I wanna the shit out of BG.
Are we still recording?
Yeah. I didn't know when to end, and I'll just edit around this.
Okay. As long as it doesn't like clog up your computer. I know that recording shit gets things weird.
That's
I'm
okay.
gonna be honest. Political shit?
Eh.
That I mean,
Political-
like,
Politics exists.
yeah, and I like to avoid them. But I'm fine with this.
Okay, I guess that's the best I can get out of you.
I can stay ambiguous, except not.
When
I swear to God, if it's revealed that Lug is fucking libertarian, I will get him killed.
No.
gotta
Okay,
kill him
good.
with that Himalayan salt lamp.
I gotta go fucking John Galt on him. Look at me go. God.
I wouldn't expect it from Lug, honestly. That'd be weird. That'd be wild.
He becomes religious and not.
If you want to explain how what you think the reason is behind their names, you could probably talk to me about it in private. But I'd rather most speculation be kept to yourselves. You know, work it out in your head.
Oh, you want me to stop the recording so we can talk about it without everybody else
No,
knowing?
I mean what I mean is like you yourself, you people,
I get
you
to
players.
speculate. I get to
Don't talk to each other about like. Well, I mean, do some of it, but like, if you think you've got it, try to like, be like, "Ooh, I've got it," and kind of lord it over people, but don't say it.
Hey, Josie, you
Seth.
think we talk to each other?
Seth, can you do me a favor?
What?
And instead of ending the video, like before all of this, like end the video before all this, but like for a solid like 3 seconds, just like at the very end, just have a freeze frame of Vlogger becomes Catholic.
So, I know y'all said that you enjoyed the session. How was there any particulars that you enjoyed, or maybe like things that I could change, or
I liked the initial setup
how do you mean?
of the two of the soldiers. The soldiers
Oh,
coming.
the folks like accosting you and then getting on.
Yeah, that was a good introduction setup.
Yeah, it took me actually like three different like iterations to get to that. Originally, I was gonna have Lorem like come out to you with a snorkel while you were still like floating, and like I'd be like, okay, they could they'd probably get spooked and try to shoot her.
Oh fuck, it's Jerry.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
be like, "Fuck, it's Jerry with a snorkel."
Fuck Jerry's back.
But I decided that like introducing you to the like
He stole
That
the little
was-
kike snorkel.
yeah, like that was going to be like her introducing you to the conflict, being like, there's the thing and there's the people. But instead, having you get into the conflict immediately and like having it explained after the fact felt a bit more like natural.
I like how you tie it in with the radio signal of the nothing helps sadness wording.
Yeah.
I thought that was neat. I like that.
Thank you. It it took some doing.
Talk about World
I was
War II
actually
now.
planning to do another signal at the 2nd week mark, I think, but I decided not to. Because like the nothing helps sadness was pretty succinct on its own. I didn't need another weird array attack. Also, yeah, I got to use Fuzz a bunch. I got to actually. I'm getting better at switching between characters and not like hyper focusing on it, which I think is like the major thing that like separates like a good, maestro from someone else, or master of ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
Because way too often in my older games, I'd be just kind of essentially playing a character. Like I'd be like, I'm Jonathan Dickballs.
I'm
and-
Jerry.
I'm the fucker, and here's my character. I'm not a DMPC. Don't worry. And then I'd be a DMPC and be an idiot.
I'm
But
glad
I've
I got
worked
that.
through that.
I'm glad I got that high frenzy.
Yeah, that was real damn good. Like hot damn.
I was able to keep my promise. Hell yeah!
There is something important, but it hasn't come up yet, and I'm hoping that like there's something specific happens to come up, because that'd be like an interesting revelation. It is related to like certain roles.
Oh fuck.
Think of that how you will, but once again, just always remember, do as you do and only do, and then fit a move into them.
Yeah, I like how Giuseppe Napalm just gets bad rolls on speech. It's like,
You're not a very good face, as it turns out.
yeah, like what?
You're not the manager kind of person. You're
How'd
just the
that
boss.
happen? How'd that happen?
I forgot. You have good at hot, don't you?
Yeah, Giuseppe
thought you
should be
did.
getting good rolls for his speech.
Uh,
Just because.
you have good hot.
Wild. That's nuts.
But yeah, update your pages accordingly. You don't have to repost them because it's like we're gonna do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, you have been reading people. Right, that's the way it happened. It was a sharp roll, and you fucked it up, and I decided that the worst meant she'll get pissed off.
Which was good.
You
but
did do that too. That sucks.
that
Just
was
be
good.
excited for weird combat, weird areas, weird bullshit.
Yeah, remember when bruises became nothing but a pile of flesh? More or less.
That's pretty great. I like that part. I really loved coming up with that part.
I'm glad bruises
Like,
is
God,
gone.
like, Plug gave the best moment to reveal that. Can I do Joyride around the fucking thing? And I'm like, oh, you bet you can. You bet you can, you wonderful little bastard.
Oh shit, I have to come up with cars now. Or boats.
It's
Boat
fine.
combat.
I still do need to stat out those.
You need to
We can work on that when you'd like.
make more boats.
More boats is never bad.
I just fucking realized. Oh my fucking god.
Oh,
What's that?
yeah, what?
I fucking know why the boat is hollow.
What?
Yeah, why is that? Hold on, no,
Why?
let him explain, let him explain.
Fucking. That's where fucking Jerry is. He's fucking burrowed
What do you
into the boat. He's burrowed into the
Oh,
fucking
man.
boat.
He's making the goddamn frogs gay!
He's made a nest. He's made a nest.
He's playing that damn bass again.
Oh man. I love you people.
God. Good group, we're a good group for this.
You're pretty good. You people are fun to play with. Y'all are like amateurs as it comes to like playing this kind of thing, but that's honestly probably the
Yeah.
best part.
Yeah, that's probably
Like
the
playing with
best.
people who have become like used to it can often be like really systematic, you know?
Yeah, you can't
They'll
just
have
pull
ideas that they
whammies.
want to do. They'll have stuff they want to make. They'll have a character that they've thought of for like 500 years, and they're like, I'm putting this character in this. I'm gonna fit them in however I want.
You can't just pull a whammy like you can
what
with
I do-
us.
Hey, going with the flow is totally fine. That's Apocalypse World, baby.
You
That's Pussy Babe.
don't 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 do it.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Anyways, I've actually gotta go apparently
Oh, all right.
Go.
because fluctuating curfews are fun.
Well, I hope you're good for tomorrow. I know you're good
Oh,
up until
yeah.
10 o'clock your time.
Yeah, which is
That means-
right now.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that
wait,
is
what?
right now. Yeah, it's
Oh, I-
9:57.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around, where like your time was whatever.
No, it's
Okay, that's totally
9:57.
fine.
Don't
That
take a
works out.
nap.
Alrighty.
Don't take an hour-long nap.
Bye bye, nighty.
Good night. Good night, Win.
Bye bye. But yeah, so tomorrow, same-ish time.
Same-ish time should work. I'll let you know if something comes up on my end.
Nice, nice. Thanks for all your hard work. Thanks for recording and editing. God fucking damn. I
Oh,
never
not a
asked you to do
problem.
that. You did it.
I did it just because.
You're so good. You're such a good person. I, love you.
I enjoyed this enough to do it, just like 3D
Aw, thank-
modeling and making video
You like to
games.
hear me just say dumb bullshit for 50
I
fucking
like to hear
minutes
you
at a
say,
time.
like 500
Well,
times.
Can
um,
I have
No, no!
some coochie? Yeah, bye-bye, Apom. Have a nice night.